Good evening, friends and watchers. My name's Phil the Thrill. These are my colleagues and players tonight. We got Max, um, and under him we got Table Runner Crispy, and we got Eli down below. And we're gonna be playing EZD6. Name of this game is A Kind of Magic. All right. Bertrand, you are in your meeting place, um, waiting for your contact, Prosper, to show up so that you can investigate this letter that you found. A worrisome letter about your brother or cousin who is out of pocket, apparently in some trouble.
I'm pacing around in the room, rereading and rereading the letter, re-rolling the parchment, squeezing in my hand, looking at the door. I go to peek through a window.
Outside, it's the outside the dark room. The sunlight pours in, blinding sunlight. A number of people walking past a narrow alleyway, still relatively high traffic, but a dangerous alleyway if you're caught unawares.
Come on, Prosper.
I stop out front of an alleyway, take my bearings. Titu, heel. What do you have there, boy? I bend down a small little terrier there. He's got a woman's negligee in his mouth. Oh, well, that's interesting. Madame probably doesn't want her husband to know that she's been around here. As I tuck the negligee into my coat pocket. All right then, Titu. Let's go see what Bertrand needs. With my walking cane, clicking on the cobblestone pavement, I walk up to the door of the little hidey hole, knock 3 times.
I quickly take the letter that I had in my hand. I shove it in my jacket. I wipe my hand over my head, of my jacket. I go look to the window. I peek outside. I saw Prosper at last. I open the door. Prosper, come on in.
Bertrand,
Door creaks.
I step in. I just pat my thigh as I walk in. Small terrier follows me right in.
Catch a glimpse before stepping in of a younger man walking down the alleyway in your direction.
You're expecting someone else, Bertrand?
No. Friend of yours?
I lean back out.
Continues
Yes,
walking in that direction.
I think I have seen this. Let's see. His name is Osman. Osman is his name. Yes, I do know him.
Osman. I take the letter again. Oh, that's the guy. All right. Wave him in.
I wave my fine clothes to Osman.
I pick up the pace, begin walking a little faster toward Prosper. Wave.
I hold
The
the
end of
door
the
open.
alleyway is a rather busy thoroughfare. No one else is in the alleyway.
Well, met friend. Extend out my hand to shake Prosper's hand.
Yes. With some reluctance, I put forward my hand and shake, and then after shaking, I take out a silk handkerchief and just clean my hand. No offense. I meet a lot of people every day, germs and all of that.
None taken.
I go to Osman and I put my hand on his shoulder and I take the letter out with my other hand and I say, I got your message.
Oh, I'm glad you did. What do you
Yes.
think?
Wait. Why are we here? You had said it was urgent, Bertrand, that you needed to see me.
Yes. Like I have a cousin. I don't know if you know that, Prosper. Knowing
I
your
know I have
profession,
you.
I assume you do.
Yes, I know your cousin.
That a few years back, I hid amongst the. Well, a few years back, I mean, like I found out he had like some magic abilities.
Oh, that cousin. Yes, I
Yes.
do recall.
And apparently, it came out to the ear of the I Mage Circle. So we hid them among the refugee of Osman people that came to Viter.
Oh, from the desert,
Yes,
the Najm.
the
Yes.
Najm. Exactly. I've been in my travel. I've been into to the desert, so I knew some people there in the refugee camp, and I arranged for them to keep my cousin. I thought nobody would dare to look for them over there, since the Najm are known to mistrust magic user. But apparently now, I've been informed that he has left or disappeared. I don't know if he's been captured or what. Osman, what do you know?
I don't know much, but I'm here to assist in any way.
I take a small plum out of my pocket, bite into it, start chewing. So, who's after your cousin? You think it's still the Mage Council after all these years?
I think it's a recent thing that they're after him because now he's going like he's about 15,
Oh, he's coming of age.
coming of age. So that's gonna
I
be
see.
him. That's usually when I had some magic ability, not much, but on him they're quite strong. So they're certainly gonna try to take him away to the academy.
Is he aware of this? You know?
I mentioned it to him, but he was still young. I didn't want to scare him off. I tried to impress on him that he had to hide his magic skill.
A little bit of fear, not a bad thing for a youth. The small dog sits at attention, then I have him do a small trick as I break off a piece of the plum and give it to him.
Some dirt rains down from the ceiling after some creaking of floorboards up above. There's a dull sound of tavern noise. To the one side of there's a stairwell upstairs, or up to the second floor of rickety stairs. And
I go look to the window again.
Well, I may know some others, Prosper. I know we talked about this, and you said it wasn't an option, but I do have some connections that would be very interested in your cousin and his abilities. Has he shown anything in particular with his magical, his coming of age and his exploration into the arcane? What can he do?
I cannot tell you for sure. It's still untrained now, and I'm always like looking through the window nervously. I know I said it wasn't an option back then, and I thought it was like putting him in the Najim would be a better way to hide him. But I think now maybe the situation has changed. Should we go over there, Osman? Should we go see what your people know?
Yes, I think we should. You think my people are involved in wanting? Wait, is that what you were saying? The Magic Council was after him. My people want him as well.
No. I think no. I just want to see. I just want to gather some information. He was there like last. We lost trace. He was among your people, and now we lost trace of him. I just want to know if anybody there knows something.
Well, we can investigate. Haven't heard much, but definitely.
There's been some action recently. Whispers that the Najim have outstayed their welcome. And there's a few, well, for now, it's just shadows moving, trying to get them out of the city, move them right out of the port. Maybe that has complicated matters for them. At any rate, I stretch. I wouldn't. Some information gathering is probably in order. T2, heal.
You would know, eh?
But I intend to. And I step towards the door, open it to the alley. Lead on, good Osman.
Light pouring in to the darkened room. The sounds of the city pouring in along with it. Down the right side, or to the right, at the major road, you see a someone being questioned by two armed city guards to the left.
I walk
They're
past
busy
Prosper. I walk past Prosper through the doorway. Maybe walk a little bit toward who's ever being questioned, but keep a distance just to see if I can visually try to see if it's someone I recognize.
This looks a shopkeeper that sells fresh fruit on that road is being
Alright.
questioned by the city guard.
I know that guy. That's Gaetan. Gaetan the fruit monger.
Yeah. He sold me some plums earlier. They're quite good.
Gaetan turns and points in your direction.
Oh,
I know that look.
City
no,
guard.
he's selling a different type of plum. We are the plum.
City guard looking at you, making eye contact with the three of you.
What do you think is he saying?
They want to talk to us.
I never like being pointed at like that when
Neither do I.
somebody's talking to the guard. I turn
No.
I turn my back. I pull my collar up high. I keep my head low, and I start like walking fast, at a fast pace in a different direction.
Well, we're certainly going to look guilty if you start walking away.
Come on.
The fruit salesman gets pushed to the side and says, "Wait there," one of the guards says, and they begin to walk down the alleyway towards you.
I'll catch up. You go on.
I'll stay here and see what they want.
I whisper something to the small dog, who starts barking furiously at some boxes nearby, like losing his mind, apoplectic.
No, I turn around and I go, okay. Maybe we can talk our way out of there.
I raise my hand up to the guards. Hold on, I've got to handle this. This dog is sorry. He's very poorly trained. Basically a stray.
You say, "Out of the way," and try to push you to the side, Prosper.
Whoa. I move to the
Walking
side.
towards, you say, "Bertrand."
I look around like I
Speak
don't know
to
who he's
you.
talking to. So, sorry, are you talking to me, sir?
Is your name Bertrand?
My name is John.
That's not what that fruitmonger says.
I don't buy my fruit there.
They one of them says, "Hold on a second," and then he talks to his partner, whispered tones. His partner glaring at you, Osmond, with disgust, and pulls out a piece of paper, unrolls it. It has an incredibly accurate, almost supernaturally accurate drawing of Bertrand on it.
I peek on the paper, and I smirk a bit.
And they say, "No, you're him." And they roll it up.
I say, "Oh well, I might be the guy on the picture, but my name is not Bertrand."
I give
I
a
don't know who's somebody
quiet
talking.
command to the barking dog. Seek. And I point at the paper. The terrier goes whipping off towards it, trying to snap it out of the guard's hands.
They're holding on to one corner of it as your dog runs off with the majority.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that. I'm very sorry.
Hey!
I'll try to get it back for you. I wink at Bertrand as I push by.
Now,
T2, come back here. T2. He keeps running.
the other guard pushes Bertrand, trying to push him up against the wall.
Say, hey, calm down, boys. I don't know what's the problem. Like, I don't people draw my picture. Like, I'm an actor. Don't buy the duck. People come see my play. People sometimes draw my picture. Like, I don't know why somebody would draw my picture and then like put the name of Bertrand on it. Like, that's not my name.
They say, "This isn't no ordinary picture." They turn you around. They're trying to pull your arms behind your back.
What seems to be the problem here? Is being arrested?
You know, it says, "You quiet, desert man. We're taking this man in." They're gonna put
What for? May I ask what for?
Says, they're wanting to question the high council's wanting to question you. Clink, clink. Manacles go on, and they start pushing you down the alleyway. The other man turns and points at the two of you, the other two, and says, "You two keep your nose clean. I don't want to see you back here." And they start pushing Bertrand down the alleyway.
I'm gonna let them lead me a bit. I need to think about an exit strategy.
Prosper, are we going to do something about this?
Well, this is very interesting.
That alley was pretty isolated. Still looks that way too.
Why are they looking for him? I take another plum out of my pocket, offer it to Osmond.
I don't think I appreciate it, but I don't think now's the time.
Oh. I bite into the plum. With a snap of my fingers, the dog drops the scrap of the wanted poster and rushes back to me. Let's just follow
as
behind.
the dog passes the guards. One of them tries to kick at it, unsuccessful.
My countenance gets very dark all of a sudden when I see the guard try to kick my dog. Osmond, let's stay close.
Agreed.
If we see any other guards, I may have some pull. It's always handy to have a little bit of compromising information on the captains of the guard.
Guards are about 25 feet away from the main thoroughfare.
We should close a little bit. Keep them within sight. It'll be busy up ahead. We can use the crowd to our advantage. A little bit of jostling, and we can have Bertrand, the Heartbreaker, back in our company. What do you say?
Should we attack them now, or before they get to?
Wait till the crowd can cover us.
Okay.
With my walking cane, I just keep walking.
Guard whispering in your ear, or talking talking at you, Bertrand, speaking to you. He says, I don't know who you pissed off. Someone really wants to talk to you. Kind of wrenches your arm a little bit.
I don't know either. Like maybe I don't know, maybe somebody didn't like my performance of last week. That thing can happen. Is that something that the legal system should be involved with? Frankly, sir, do I need the money call? I'm just I'm following you. I'm not causing you trouble. We can be civil about it. This is just a misunderstanding. Take out the money call. I won't cause you trouble.
Roll it.
Five.
He says, listen, it's nothing personal. I'm sure it wasn't there's definitely no issue with your stories or show or whatever you did. Mage business.
Mage business?
That's what they said.
We did this. That was.
Usually they just want to talk to guys, but
You think we're
I
working?
don't know. They made it seem extra urgent for you for some reason.
This gentleman, this Najim gentleman I was talking to, we're working on a new show about the story of the Alaric mage, and the saga that brought all those refugees around. Do you think do you think somebody heard about that? Do you think they can be upset? Is that censorship question? We're not gonna do a negative portrayal, right? Just we want to celebrate heroes of Vitaire.
I doubt it's that. There's about 15 scalds all over town doing that show right now.
Yeah, ours is gonna be better. I'm looking around for somebody I can
As
know.
you get into the main street, there are a number of. It's a busy thoroughfare, walking up and down. This is typically where there are a lot of places to eat and other sort of general goods are able to be purchased on this road. So there's a lot of people.
I'm looking around. I see this big fat bourgeois that I know, and I call him in. I say, Robert, it's me, Jean, the actor from Down the Dock. You remember you sponsored a show from us. Can you explain to those gentlemen that I'm not just a criminal, to be treated like a criminal? Trying to get his attention.
Mm-hmm.
We should pick up the pace, Prosper, before we lose track of them. It's
Osmond,
a lot of people there.
Just had a thought. Given the amount of people, you know the shortcuts, you know the city well. Can we get ahead of these guys?
I don't know the city that well, but
well, I can tell you, I know the cut purses in this particular part of this avenue. I know they're.
But I have a good feeling if we make a turn here that we might get there.
All right.
Might get ahead of them.
Lead the way.
A fat, bearded man with a ponytail, curly hair says, Bertrand. And he starts walking over towards you.
I pulled my head down.
Bertrand, what do you mean? This man is a troubadour of the highest order. What has he done wrong? I'll pay whatever fee is necessary for him to be released.
Thank you, Robert.
They say, it's not a matter of whether he owes a paltry fee. Citizen, step back, please. He says, oh, you can't tell me what to do.
I whispered to the guard, like I lean over him, and I whispered to him, like the one that just spoke. I say, your boss, they don't know that you caught me yet.
He says, that's the problem. There's a pretty good reward for you. And then he waves his hand. You notice that there are two other pairs of guards asking questions of other people on the street. They see him and they wave back and they start to converge on where you're at.
May I ask how much the reward is?
He says, 500 crowns.
Oh, wow. I don't think I'm worth that.
Me neither.
So flattering.
Robert says, don't worry, Bertrand. I'll get you the finest adjudicator I can.
Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Robert. I'll make it up for you if I. Yes, hopefully, it won't get to that. I have like urgent business to attend.
He'll be available by Thursday, I hope. That's when his show is.
Let's all hope.
He's probably just wanted for questioning, sir. He'll be out soon, I'm sure. You hear that, Bertrand? And they start pushing you down the street to the right.
I have a good feeling about this shortcut I'm taking. I've never been down this way, but I'm very optimistic about this. It's going to work out just fine. We're going to save him, and they're not going to do anything to him.
As you say, following at your heels, dog right at mine.
You should probably pick up
Sniffing
the
around.
pace. Start doing a light jog. Start running a bit faster.
I look down at the dog and Bertrand, and the dog takes off at a run.
There's a lot of gaps between the small path that you're walking on that you can see through to the main thoroughfare, typically blocked by hedges or stalls. And Bertrand is right across from the two of you.
I stop as I see Bertrand. Osmond, wait. There's more guards now. It's not just two. I count 6 guards.
So taking him out in the alley. It was pretty desolate there.
The odds aren't looking good. I think we're best to just follow, see where they take him.
I'm muttering a bit, like I'm trying to be a bit discreet about it, muttering about under my breath, and I'm conjuring like a smell of smoke, like burning, like burning wood. And I tell the guard, like, wait, do you smell that? It smells like burning. Is there a fire around?
What's that?
Don't you smell the burning? Maybe you should look into that.
Who's burning? Look
And I
over in the stall.
I made like I conjure like the sound of a screaming woman. It's a fire from the left.
It sounds like someone screaming. Do you hear it?
I did. Go help that woman.
One of them says, I didn't hear anything.
Well, I did. He did.
Go check over there. He points at a building across the street. And it says, I think you're hearing things. I didn't hear anything.
I flatten myself against the wall of the building, worried that he just pointed at us. Oh no, there's something going on. Osmond, there's something happening.
I'll crouch down and begin
The guard is pointing across the street away from you. And you can't exactly, or their speech is muffled, but the other guard that was leading Bertrand reluctantly walks across the street. As the other guard opens a door to an armored carriage. Looks like he's trying to push Bertrand into.
I'm gonna lift my foot like I'm getting into the carriage voluntarily. Like I'm not causing any trouble, but then the last moment, I push myself against the carriage and I show my shoulder in the guard behind me, trying to make him fall.
I was crouching down. I was going to pretend I
Melee?
was tying my shoe. I look over at Prosper. Things just went from bad to worse.
Yeah, that carriage is bad news. I see Tito.
It's a strength, so you're gonna roll 1.
No, roll 1, okay. But
I think if we're going to do
Yeah.
something, we need to do it now, Prosper.
Agreed.
Just
bring the car more in there, bring it to a 5.
success.
So now, like I fall on top of the guard
Ugh.
and I try to as quick as possible to get back onto my feet and to run into the crowd, but still with the manacle on.
In the middle of the street, a couple of the guards that were coming to assist with your detainment are talking to the one that was walking across the street, and they look at you and they go, "Hey!" And chase ensues.
Now's our chance, Osmond. I sprint over to where the horses are with this armored carriage. I want to take care of this carriage.
I'll follow Prosper, running, matching his speed.
I call out for Tito, a whistle for him to come to my side. I'm heading right towards the lead draft horse of this carriage.
There's a guard on his back, rubbing. He's sat up and he's rubbing his head. Oh, as you get there.
Are you okay? You need some help?
Hey, get your hands off me!
I didn't touch you. I'm asking you if you need help. I'm all the way over here. Relax. I'm just trying to be friendly. You look hurt.
With a distraction from Osmond, I whisper into the horse's ear. And I'm whispering to the horse, run, run. Nope.
He goes, and it starts like clip, clop, clip. Starts kind of like dancing around a little bit.
I whisper an apology and then slap its rump.
And it goes and starts like running. It starts running down the road. And one of the men like turns and looks at the horse. One of the men chasing Bertrand peels off, starts running after the carriage.
Yeah,
Two
I'm
men
running.
chasing you, Bertrand.
I'm running in the I'm running like toward the crowd, and I'm cutting in the alleys, and I'm taking a left and a right and a little left. I'm regularly like peeking over my shoulder, see if I still somebody like following me, if I lost anybody, or if I still have somebody on my feet.
Streetwise. The last alleyway, before you look, 2 guards run past the entrance too. They say, I think he went down here.
No, I think I have like a little bit of a window of opportunity. I look around and I say, I see like the establishment of a banker I did some business with. I sold some artifact to. I saw this way. They're not gonna go there. And I run to the banker's door and I knock on the door with my boot. And I say, Tonelli, open up. It's Bertrand, Bocador.
No answer at the door. It's like it's about lunchtime.
I
Osman.
I quickly move away. Like I go like on the back of the building. And
Prosper, we need to catch up to him. I look over.
He'll be fine. Let's go see what he was talking to that fat fellow over there. I think I recognize him. Robert. Yeah, I know Robert. Here, let's go see what they were talking about. I with my walking cane in hand and with a flourish, I strut down toward in the opposite direction of where the carriage fled, towards the corpulent Robert. I start whistling. Robert. Yes, it's Prosper. Yeah, Bertrand's friend.
Robert is giving a deep chuckle to himself as his eyes follow where Bertrand ran toward, and he looks and he says, "Prosper," extends his meaty paw to you.
With some reluctance, I accept his hand and shake. This is I gesture to Osmond. This is Osmond. Yeah, he's been here for a while.
Pleasure.
It's just as much of a vice as you remember. And he says,
"Thank you,
Osmond."
Robert.
Bertrand.
I go next to I look around and I see like with this poor guy, right, a bum sitting in the alley like under a blanket, and I go sit next to him. I say, man, show me that blanket. I'll make it worth your while later on.
Don't kill me! Don't kill me!
I won't. Don't worry.
Don't
Just
kill me!
Give me some cover. Come on, look. And I turn around and I show him that the monocle I have. I say, come on, I need your help, man. I'll make you worth your while.
You got money?
I have friends with money. They'll come to you.
Get out of here! He goes, and he tries to act crazy, tries to scare you off.
Ah, fuck. I'm losing my touch. I'm thinking to myself, and then I roll back on one knee. I need to find a place to hide. I'm moving back.
He says, wait a second. I know you.
Turn around. So do you?
From that show. You did it in the park.
You liked it. I like to entertain the people. Everybody
Gives
needs
you
a
a
right to
wide grin.
entertainment.
He's got a wispy white hair. He's got the one tooth and then the two teeth for a grin.
So help me, and you might be featured in one show one day, right? We might write a story about this.
Here. He hands you a big wool coat. It's blue.
I lean down and I make him sign for it to put it on top of me. Good to
hands shaking as he drapes it over your shoulders. Prosper.
So, Robert, our friend Bertrand is once again attracted attention of the unwanted kind. Did you happen to hear what those guards were bringing him in for? Who they were bringing him in for? I take out another plum and polish it on my shirt a little bit.
You're not going after him, are you?
I'm just curious. You know me.
He looks at Osmond. Hmm. You know, Bertrand, he's going to bring a lot of money in.
Yeah, your Thursday show. I heard all about it. It's the talk of the town, it is, Robert. You're becoming quite the promoter. Hey, listen,
Well, it wouldn't do me any good to deliver my star into the hands of, well, you, Prosper.
no, you got
And,
it all wrong, Robert.
And Buckley, your boss.
Now listen, Buckley is a misunderstood individual. You know me, I'd rather be with the animals, not those particular animals. Hey, listen,
Some people say misunderstood. Some people say evil is sin.
it's a matter of perspective.
But you tell them I said misunderstood.
Of course. I bite into the plum. I'm always looking to build bridges, right? Build bridges, connections. Speaking of which, the guards, they mention anything about why they want Bertrand? I'm in the dark like Osmond here. We don't know. They just showed up out of the blue. We were having a little meeting, just informal like.
What's your business here? Osmond, was it?
Bertrand and Prosper are good friends of mine.
Yeah. There's nothing out of the ordinary here.
I look
Aside from
around.
this negligee that would be scandalous if the upper crust knew about this. I pull out just the top of it. Yes, Madame Corinne. What a scandal. I tuck it back in. It can be, we could trade some information, perhaps. I give you this scandalous negligee implicating one of the ladies of high society in a house of ill repute. And you let us know what Bertrand's been
Rubs his big
wanted
beard. The negligee is part of the price, but it's not the whole thing.
I sigh.
I look around to see if I see any signs of the guards or Bertrand anywhere. Been quite some time. I'm a bit concerned. Prosper, it's been
Covered
a while.
with the big blue jacket that goes low on his head. Big dirty blue jacket. Bertrand transformed his walk and his demeanor completely, walking like an old infirm person, all crouched down, unrecognizable. And he's going back toward where he came from, going back to the street with the market. Nobody looks at a bum like that. Slowly walking, like limping. He's putting all his performance skill in it.
Out of the first alleyway, there is some guards performing more of a pattern-like search of some of the other alleyways down to your right, opposite direction once you approached. On the one of them looks towards you, Bertrand.
I just keep
and then
going,
looks,
like looking miserable, beaten down.
And then looks back down the alleyway that he's standing near. On the main thoroughfare, the guards, all having been preoccupied by the activities there, there aren't any. There's one guard is standing at a corner, just overlooking what's going on around. He seems rather casual about his job. On his beat, Robert, rubbing his chin, he says, He he puts his arm around you, Prosper. Heavy weight of an arm. Draws you in close.
Visibly
Kinda-
uncomfortable.
Talks to you in his low, gruff voice that he thinks is being too quiet for Osmond, but this man hasn't ever said a quiet word in his life. He says, they want 500 crowns for him. I'm telling you about it. I want 50 crowns if you get him. Pats you on the back.
Oh.
Gives you a big smile, Osmond, and a nod. Pleasure to meet you, Osmond.
Pleasure's been mine.
Robert, I'll give your kind words to the boss.
Don't forget, Bertrand's my friend. I don't want anything bad to happen to him.
Of course.
He goes back to, turns and goes back inside of his shop.
Well,
I'm limping my way slowly to the main place. And then I look around. I see Prosper and Osmond, but I want to attract attention. The guards saw me with them, so I just like stay on the edge, go on the corner from the direction that we came in. Hopefully they're gonna turn back toward the safe house, and then I can be able to catch up with them.
I turn to Osmond. Let's go talk to that fruit vendor again. The one that that gave up Bertrand. We can get some information from him.
I think we should just go looking for him. I know he's handcuffed, and I saw a couple of guards. It looked like they're looking for him. I think he got away.
Yeah, Bertrand. Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time he had to escape. I start walking back towards the way we came. See a man hunched over. A street person, maybe.
Before you walk down, as you're walking down the alleyway, you hear, "Hey!"
I turn
Robert's
around.
voice rings out. He says, "Forgetting something?" Puts his hand out.
Oh, right. I reach in for the negligee. I pull it out. It's a lacy, silky affair.
Snatches
Quite-
it out of your hands.
Quite large, like extra large.
Gives
He
it a big
snatches it out of
sniff.
his hand. Enjoy.
Stuffs
I
it.
spin on my heel. My walking cane clicking. As Titu, the little dog, his tail starts wagging as he rushes off towards this bum that's shuffling his way towards us. Tail wagging like crazy.
I'm just hobbling along, like nothing's happening, until like Prosper reached me.
Some walkers by, avoiding you, avoiding the disgusting bum they perceive.
Nice disguise, I whisper. We get close.
I say in a like old like destroy voice. Oh, you got a coin for poor bum?
I got something better. I got lockpicks. Let's find a quiet place.
And I keep like walking in my bummish demeanor.
The cop that is overlooking the square pays you no mind.
I whisper, you realize you're worth 500 crowns? 500 crowns.
It's flattering, isn't it?
Did they tell you what they want you for?
Oh, I think I know. It's not me they want.
No, it's the cousin.
Yeah.
And if they'll pay 500 crowns for you, then what will they? Well,
Prosper.
never mind.
Don't
that.
shame yourself.
A deal's a deal. We did shake on it as it is. I look at my hand and kind of. Okay, we need to get those cuffs off you.
I'll catch up to you. Let's not do that in the middle of the street.
Obviously not. Osmond, Your people have a safe house nearby, someplace where you can crash.
Yeah, follow me. Let's come this way. Just take a couple of shortcuts. This path I know.
I let them go ahead like a good distance. Keeping
walk.
my act.
I stop at a small vendor, pick up an apple, pay for it.
Mr. Prosper, your money's no good here. Don't know this man's name.
Good sir. Well, thank you. You might know it. Just gonna take another one here. Got a hungry dog.
Of course. My regards to Mr. Buckley.
And he says his regards to you. All caught up on our payments, I assume, good sir.
Of course. And thank you for the protection once again.
That's the least we can do. I walk away.
Your friends? Do they?
I don't have friends. I turn on my heel and keep walking away, following Osmond.
We're almost there. Just a few more minutes.
Across the food vendor. I'm still having my act. I don't have no end to do anything. So
move along.
Yes,
Stinking
sir,
up the joint.
Yes, sir. I'm just passing by.
I turn and hearing the commotion behind, I yell out, "Hey! Yeah, it could be you someday."
He looks paralyzed with indecision.
I told them, the one that did that to me.
Yeah.
Keep walking.
Take an apple.
I don't have ends anymore. Keep walking.
I'll take it for him. I'll feed it to him later.
Yeah, toss me that apple. For your indiscretion. Be nicer to the down. I catch it. Be nicer to the downtrodden next time. And I flip the apple over to Osmond.
I grab it. I look back at Prosper and Bertram. It's just down the street right here. It's not much, but the roof leaks a little, but we'll be safe here. Hopefully it doesn't rain. Yeah, as we approach an old, dilapidated house that looks like it needs some major upkeep, but repairs.
Tito, the dog starts growling. He spots a rat, takes off after it. He'll be fine.
There's a few of those in here. Just fair warning.
He's quite the rat catcher.
That's good.
The door is nearly busted. Lock certainly is busted. Easily opened.
I open the door. No one comes in here. This place is nothing of value here, so we should be safe.
I pull out my handkerchief and cover my nose, using my cane to hold the door open as I walk in.
You get used to the smell.
I reach them. I cut up to them.
Like grass and mildew.
I cut up to them, still hobbling around. I get in the house, and I find
sunlight's pouring through a single window and a hole in the ceiling.
I finally take a normal posture, and I shrug my shoulder to have this coat drop, and I turn around to Prosper, and I show him my handcuffed hand.
All right, let's just see how long this will take. I examine the cuffs. Boy, they spared no expense, but this one won't take long. A couple minutes, I'll have you out of this. My lockpicks come out. 500 crowns.
Had
It's a lot.
The manacles are a little extra tricky for city guardsmen's manacles, breaking one of your picks.
Well, I got it open. I'll get them open, but it cost me one of my picks. Oh, and I grabbed you an apple.
Oh, thank you. If you want to refund your pick, you can always sell me back.
Yeah, well, 500 crowns.
It's a lot of lockpicks.
I could buy a lot of lockpicks with that. 500 crowns. Bertrand, do you have any idea what that means?
I know. I
The
doubt anybody's
manacles
gonna get that
eventually
money.
open. They're really nice. I mean, these are nice. They're
Should probably keep them.
yeah. I was just thinking that.
Yeah, 500 crown, nice.
Not that nice. We could buy much better ones.
Not solid gold, Bertrand. Not like you, at least. 500. Do you have any idea what Buckley will do if he finds out you're worth that? Man,
I guess I cannot stick around anymore. I'll have
can't stick around.
to. I'll have
Man,
to
when
get away.
word
Like,
gets out. Robert knows now, and if Robert knows, others
Yeah.
are going to go quickly.
he's gonna be disappointed.
I warned you off that fat blowhard, and here you are doing shows. I got some
I
dirt on
didn't
you.
choose a life of crime.
No, it's a calling. It chooses us.
I did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong. I'm just trying to allow
you-
my cousin to have some freedom,
Speaking of which,
make his own choice.
whoever is behind it really wants your cousin.
Yeah. I guess it's back to the old bum coat, eh? I picked back the blue coat on the ground. Now I can put at least my hand in the sleeve.
Enjoy the
Put the
fleas and
full hood.
scabies.
I can give you
Is
a
the-
nice shave, kind of hide your identity a bit there.
Wait,
yeah,
let's
that'd
not
be
go
good.
crazy now.
I smile as I step away.
I can give you a haircut too, if you like.
I'd rather not. That's my
A
money maker here.
A pigeon flies in through the hole in the ceiling, landing in the rafters.
I start cooing at the pigeon. One second.
Maybe that's a
Who's
spy.
back? It coos back, looking at you strangely.
I hold out my arm with in one of my pockets. I pull out a few seeds, and place them on the sleeve of my coat. Hold it out, coo at the pigeon, trying to coax it down.
One of the rats is going to eat them.
It lands on your sleeve, eating the seeds.
With my other hand, with no reluctance, I pet the mangy pigeon. And its
Stutters
feathers.
for a moment, then allows you to pet it.
Ooh, and I kind of make soothing sounds. I start attempting to communicate with the animal, but it's too hungry.
I pull out a little handle mirror that I have in my vest, and I look at me and myself in the mirror. I say, yo, maybe I can like do some makeup trick, and I look around for some mud and dust that I can like dirty myself and darken my hair, make them like not as flowy.
If there's one thing this room has, it's mud and dust. The
So I thought I'd like to use it to darken my hair and
hole-
make them like
the hole-
plated.
the hole in the rooftop has allowed rain in for a year, maybe. Stink of mildew guides you right to the mud.
I have a pot of, open up my backpack and pull out a pot with some grease. You can slick back your hair with some of this.
Oh, that would do the trick. That's gross. Put that in my hair like that.
I
Now
offered
turn
to give you a
dark
haircut and a
black.
shave.
Yeah, but at least that can be washed away. And like, you know,
Hair grows back.
it takes a long time. I don't want like to lose like months of income, right? And the ladies, they go for the long hair. They go for the nice look.
Yeah, that's gotten you into trouble more than once. I look down as the terrier returns with a rat dead in its jaws. Ah, good boy, Tito.
Pigeon flutters back up to the rafters as the dog approaches.
Bend down, pat the dog. Good boy.
I pull back the hood of the blue jacket, and I look at the guy. So, and then like I taking in a posture like a miscreant, like a little villain. Not the proud posture that I usually have. What do you think? Will I blend in that crowd?
You'll blend in where we're going. That's for sure.
So maybe we should get going.
Yeah. Lead on. Osmond, we're heading towards your people, I think.
That's right. Yeah, you still want to talk to my people?
That's the last lead we have for my cousin. That's
Okay.
the last place. So
Well, it's not far from here. Just 2-minute walk. We
yeah,
usually hang out at, I don't know, a
on
vacant
the
lot.
outskirts. Yeah.
The vacant lot
Yeah.
with a few tents there. It's a shady part of town, but you're with me. It'll be fine.
He's even still in town limit. Let's get moving, guys.
It's a little bit further of a walk than promised. Takes about 12 minutes to get there.
As we're walking, I walk next to Bertrand. We've got a big issue here, right? Like, whether it comes from me or it comes from someone else, Buckley's going to hear about that 500 crown reward. You know he's going to send somebody, and when he does, there's not much I can do to help.
In the sense you work for this Buckley fellow.
You know, most of us end up working for Buckley, whether or not we acknowledge it.
What will happen to
not.
you if Buckley learns that you?
If
knew
he knows
about
that
it?
I'm holding out on him for 500 crown reward, and I didn't cough it forward, then I mean, I'm in a world of hurt.
We better make sure they don't recognize him. Better hope this disguise works.
I got another idea. Listen, you're not going to like this, Bertrand, but I'm thinking of your cousin. I'm thinking of you. If someone's willing to pay 500 crown for a reward for you, I think we got to go talk to Buckley. I think we go to him. Don't let him send someone to us. If he sends someone to us, we're losing all of our bargaining. We go to him first. We explain what we know. That somebody is in a real hard way for your cousin.
I know what you're going. You want my cousin to work for Buckley?
I'm not saying that he has to work for Buckley. I'm just saying Buckley's going to see it. It's a business arrangement. We have better negotiating if we go there first. I mean, after we find your cousin,
But-
I understand. I'm in. I told you I was going to help you. I will help you, but
I feel about that. I think people should be allowed to make their own choice. This academy thing, like this mage thing, they're like
I'm
pulling
with
the
you.
string on everything, and
I'm with you.
I cannot end that. But at least maybe I can help my cousin not fall into that trap.
Oh.
Exactly. But I think that we need some powerful allies. Buckley's the obvious choice.
You don't think
Yeah,
Buckley's
it's
just
like
going to turn him
jumping-
in?
Well, I mean, if he has to take it into his own hands, then yeah, he's just going to turn him in. But if we can present him with a better option, that's what I'm saying. That's all I'm
It's
saying.
like jumping out of the frying pan straight into the fire.
Well, maybe. A
Maybe-
pigeon lands on my shoulder.
What other
You're
options?
back, friend.
What other better alternative are we going to offer him? That he's just not 500 crowns is hard to beat.
Yeah, I know. I'm still working on that.
That's
Because
for
you guys
me,
are
only for my cousin.
crossing a large bridge. On your left is a post with a poster of that same image, an exact copy of that same image of Bertrand.
It's just
So it's
uncanny how
wanted 500 crowns.
500. They're
Nice.
posting these now. Bertrand, they're posting them. I guarantee you, Buckley knows.
Hey.
Alive.
Maybe we shouldn't use his name out loud.
Oh, yes.
I mean,
Right.
I point
Yes.
at the sign.
Yeah, you're right, Osmond. You're right. Sorry, that 500 crowns is just still running through my head.
I mean,
Can you
what
get
if-
one of your pigeons friend take care of those guys, those posters around the city?
I
Well, to a pigeon, all posters look the same. I mean, I can have this one go take care of it. I coo at the pigeon.
Is it just me, or is it like an uncanny image? It almost looks lifelike, like it's looking at us.
Yeah, magic.
Is that what it is? I've never seen an image so lifelike.
Stinks of mage craft.
Yeah, that's who we're going after. They're like powerful opponent.
I tell you,
The pigeon flaps up or flaps its wings and flies over to the post that holds the poster, standing on top. Begins to try to like peck at it.
Maybe it's gonna help some.
Yeah. It's a pigeon. It's not very smart, but I still like them. I like them more than people. No offense.
Well, none taken.
Maybe a little.
Manages to get a small piece off and brings it over to you.
I grab a few crumbs from my pocket, little seeds, feed them to the pigeon, cooing at it. It flies off.
Bertrand's picture now missing an eye.
There you go.
Otherwise,
Nobody's gonna be able to tell.
No, it's missing an eye.
I'll be looking for a man missing an eye.
Exactly.
And you have two eyes, clearly, so you're safe now.
Plus your hair's all wrong and your gait is wrong. How much further, Osmond? We must be getting close.
We're close.
Let's go talk to the Najim. And
Yeah,
if
the
we don't get
family that
anything,
you...
let's go see Buckley.
Yeah, the one that was you had looking after your cousin.
What
was your cousin's name? I can't remember his name.
I was about to ask the same thing.
Thierry.
Oh, Thierry, right.
Terry. Oh.
No, not Terry.
Oh.
Thierry.
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 I know you desert folk. You just can't get your...
Hey.
At the end of the bridge.
No offense, I can't speak your language either. That's fine.
At the end of the bridge, there's a couple of warehouses, and beyond that, the sounds and smells of a bustling marketplace, open air marketplace. It's very colorful, lots of reds and purples and orange kind of cloths flapping in the soft breeze. The smell of spiced meat and sweet fruit is in the air.
That's one thing my people had over yours. Our food is delicious.
I cannot argue with that. Say as I pick up my pace, heading towards one of the fruit stands.
And kind of just a low roar of general conversation as everyone's haggling with each other, and much more of a prolific trade environment than you just left.
I'm still keeping like the bum kind of demeanor of walking. I tell Osman, like, I look at Osman, I say, like, Kato is the one I dealt with to hide my cousin. I guess it's the one sending you now, right?
Yeah, I just did what I was told. I wasn't given much info. Hopefully he can shed some light on this. They told me to come out and seek you guys, and that's what I did.
I just got this letter, saying that Yaktiri, they say ran away. I don't have any more detail than that. They say that they're going to send their man Osman to discuss the situation, but I guess you're not informed either. I guess you just do...
I'm a messenger. We'll get the answers for you as soon as we talk to our people.
Hopefully nothing bad happened to him. I assume the mage don't know what Thierry looks like yet. Otherwise, it would be his face on the poster.
Well, there is a familiar resemblance. I walk up to one of the fruit stands.
Oh no! Don't mess with that. Wait. Follow me here. Walk over to one of the stands that has some hummus and pita. This is what you want right here. Protein,
delicious.
Some flatbread. You call this flatbread. We call it pita. I think you'll love some of this. You gotta order that with a little bit of some paprika and oil on top of that hummus, please.
All right. Yeah. Please. I take out a coin to pay for it.
They set it up just as Osman requests, and it's a lady, scarf over her head, and it's a very bright purple scarf. She walks up and hands you the plate of food.
Just need a couple of lamb kebabs and we're in business.
No
I
meat
approach
for
the,
me.
the
but-
lady and I take some food as well, and like I said, tell her thank you in Naji, but with a strong accent.
She says, "Oh,
Say
thank you. You're welcome."
You not you don't eat meat, Prosper?
She puts a extra
No.
clump of this white melon on your plate, Bertrand.
Making friends, I
quite
see,
famished.
Bertrand.
That's what I do. Not like you.
Behind you, there's a number of other stalls. A lot of them are people that are clothiers and dyers, and they have all these exotic fabrics kind of blowing in the wind, drying out. It's a
Maybe I should get a new
interesting
costume here.
smell.
I'll break off a piece of the pita and grab some of the hummus. Make sure I get some oil and some of the paprika on there. Begin picking and eating at it.
I compliment the vendor. It's very good. It's very good. Listen, lad of about 15-ish. He looks a little bit like that guy over there. I point at Bertrand. He was staying here. He was billeting here, and
I interrupt Prosper. I
Hey.
say like, where's Kato? Like I know Kato from this camp.
yeah, ma'am, Kato.
She looks at
where we find
you, Prosper, like with a confused look on her face, and then at Bertrand, and she says in Naji, "What does this man tell me?"
I reply in Naji. I say like, oh, we're looking for Kato. He's a friend of ours.
I know where he's at. Don't worry. I got it.
She says, "Just up the path up ahead." She points.
I turn to Prosper. I speak in Viteri. I say like, we don't know what happened with Thierry here. Like, let's not start talking about like, it might be one of those guys. Like,
Well, we
heard
got to start
about
asking
something.
somewhere. And my experience is the people that serve the food often know the most.
I turn to Osman. I say,
Yeah.
I
But
think
they
that
sent me here. I know the way.
your people's clothing would be perfect disguise for me at the moment.
That's not a bad idea.
With the scarf, and I know you often like wear those veil in the face, right? That would be just what we need. Nobody would look twice at the refugee.
I mean, we could all dress that way. I've adapted more of your style so I could blend in. I get a lot of
Yeah.
insults when I'm out of this area. So kind of fit in.
It's probably a good idea for you, but sadly, my face will be recognized. I'm a little too well known given my associations. I look up and down the street knowing that at least a few of these people are in Buckley's employ.
I mean, you're still going to get looks. My people always get looks. From
You actually
the
recognize one
area.
of them as you look around. You see a man by the name of Nolan. He's nodding to you with a stick with meat on it.
I nod at Nolan.
Also
Brief
a
eye
lieutenant,
contact.
about the same level of maid as you are.
Listen,
I
guys,
quickly like turn around to not have my face facing the associate of Prosper.
just excuse me for a moment. I recognize somebody. I'm just gonna go talk to him. I put the plate of the bit of food back, nod my thanks to the vendor. Oh, I'm sorry, I've offended the cultural traditions. Osmond, please take care of this.
I'll grab the plate
And then
finish the rest of it.
I walk towards Nolan.
You want some of this, Bertrand?
Yes, I'm just finishing my own plate that I got, and so yeah, I'm starving.
okay.
All this running around. It's like I'll take it, and I just like bring back my plate, like for you to dump the food in there.
Well, I said I was going to share it. I'm going to eat the rest of this too.
Yeah,
just too much for
quite,
me.
and I look at the woman and I say, Naji, like, that's quite good, that ma'am. Thank you very much. And then to Osman and Viteri, let's go talk to Kato.
She says,
Warpers.
"Wind guide you. as you
I
step
said
away.
thank you again. Magic.
And Nolan is about to take a bite of the meat on a stick, sees you walking up, puts it down, and he says, Prosper. He's a tall, darker complected man. He has a short kind of fro
Mhm.
and a mustache.
I nod. Nolan, I can see why you like this this neighborhood. It smells wonderful.
Well, it is my neighborhood.
Oh, listen, I'm not moving in on anything. I'm just working on something here. Could be big, but I
Of
need
course you're not Prosper. I wasn't suggesting something like that.
no. You know, well, listen.
Anything I can help you with?
It's funny you should ask. I look down at the dog. You know, I hate to bother you. That lamb skewer that you're eating. Is there? Where would I get some of that? My dog is. I mean, I like the fruit but he likes the meat.
Here, good boy. Takes a piece off, tosses it to the dog,
That's very generous. Thank you, Nolan. You're a gentleman.
gobbles it up.
Uh,
Ruff, ruff.
there is one other thing. The mages are up to something. Now I'm working on it. I think.
Next thing you'll tell me is the sky's blue.
Yeah, exactly. Right. That's right. Yeah. Well, they're always on to something, but I think it might be big, and I think there might be an angle for us. But I'm still working on it. You just let the
Messing
boss
with
know.
mages, huh?
Yeah, let the boss know the mages they're up to something, and it's something big. I mean, they're dropping big rewards here. There's something behind it, but I need a little time. So if the boss starts talking about moving on a big bounty, a 500 crown bounty, yes, 500 crown. It's not all that it's cracked up to be. There's something else there. I don't think anyone's going to be able to collect on that. I think it's a poisoned deal, Nolan. It's a poison deal. Like a poison pill.
Is that the Bertrand bounty?
Yeah, that's the one. Listen, I
I've been
know
seeing
that
those
guy.
posters.
Yeah, he's the troubadour. I've known him for a while, but listen.
Oh, you think you can get him?
Well, I think there's more to it than that. I think 500 crown is just scratching the surface. And we know when the mages are concerned,
Prosper. Whatever you're doing,
I write you in. I'm going to write you in, right? The boss asks, this is you and I together. But I need some time. So if before they start actively going out looking for Bertrand, I need to get some more answers first. So I'm just asking for a little bit of time. I can assure you, no one's going to be collecting on that bounty. No one will.
No offense, Prosper, but it's 500 crowns to the public. It's not like just us out there. If we don't get them, someone else will.
I know, but you and I know there's us, and then there's the rest of the riffraff, right? Buckley runs a tight crew. If anyone's going to collect on this, it's going to be one of our people.
Buckley ain't the only fish in the pond.
No, but this might be the score that weeds out the pond a little bit.
So what do you want me to do exactly?
I just want you to send word to the boss that the mages are up to something big. It has to do with that bounty. And I'm working the angle so that we have a better negotiation for big money. The kind of money that can really cement us, both you and I.
If I go to the boss and tell him that, he's going to want to secure the Bertrand bounty.
I'm working on that too.
You're saying by not securing Bertrand, we make more money.
Yes. There's something even bigger out there, but it's delicate.
All right. I'll tell him.
Thanks, Nolan.
So it's gonna cost you.
Of course.
What are we talking here? What's the? Give me.
All right.
I don't
All
know,
right.
10% or whatever you end up with.
Well, I can do 5%. I can do 5%. I 10%. I got bills to pay too. I mean, you're robbing me blind at 10%. 10% for what? For like a little conversation? Come on. What about that favor? That you know the one. You know the one.
10% is good manners. You're doing something in my area.
All right. Right. 7.5. 7.5.
Let's just call it 8. I don't want to do any halves.
Okay. All right. Well, 8 it is.
Okay.
With some reluctance, I offer my hand.
Puts the stick in your hand
Oh, thank you.
for the pup.
Yes, of course.
I'll go talk to Buckley.
Thank you.
And walks over,
I walk back towards
dusting
where
his hands off.
Bertrand and Osmond are heading out towards leaving.
Better
the
be
market.
big.
It's
He
big.
yells out at you. Heads up.
Osman, let's go see Kato while Prosper is gonna catch up to us. There's a no to be in every conversation.
It's in passing by many of those stalls selling a bunch of different wares, spices, food, clothes, just textiles, rugs.
Yeah, I've been here before. On my way.
You make it to the large tents that have begun to dot this part of the city. They've been getting larger and more extravagant as time has passed, but they always stick to the temporary shelter of a tent, it seems. And you make your way to the one where you spoke to Cato however long ago.
I look at Osman and I say, like, Osman, are people gonna go back to where you come from at some point? Or are you gonna settle down? Or what's
I don't
happening?
know.
You're like in between, right?
As bad as it looks here, it's a bit better at the moment than back home. There's a bit more opportunity here. I mean, it's only temporary. I know you've been here for a while, but it's pretty bad back home.
All right, let's get in. Let's see what Kato has to say. And I signed to Osman to go first.
I open the flap, I walk through. Hey, I'm back.
I follow behind and I pull out down my hood, and now I adopt a more normal posture.
I got
Kato.
You
I got your
recognize
message. Excuse my disgruntled appearance. I have to be discreet.
The inside of the tent has a very luxurious rug. There's a small table, or a short, but got a large table, 6-person table sitting on that rug. Some pillows. There's a hookah on top of the table.
I take off my
Kato
boots.
is there sitting on one of the pillows, leaning back. Doesn't really get up as you guys enter. His wife is over and standing over to the side. She's boiling up a pot of water.
I take off my boots before stepping on the large carpet.
He says in Naji, Tanaka, Choni, get up, go outside. And 2 children laughing at each other. The smaller one chasing the larger runs outside. One of them holding on to a toy strange figurine. Looks like some kind of savage man.
And I sit down at the little table on the ground, on a little pillow there.
I get up after removing my boots as well, and I walk over near Bertrand and look at Cato and nod, and find a place to sit down.
He gestures towards the pillows with his hand silently, and gestures towards the hookah, has other hoses attached to it. He says, "My wife, she'll have tea up in a moment."
We appreciate your hospitality, as always, Cato.
You take advantage of my hospitality. With he looks at you, silently puffing on his hookah.
I grab one of the hoses and
Well, is that what happened? Did my cousin overextended his welcome?
He caused quite a ruckus in the market the other day. You didn't tell me he was gifted.
I'm sorry for that. We weren't sure at the moment. But
He used some sort of witchcraft and attacked one of the men in the market.
he attacked someone?
Yes, or his strange magical snakes.
I'm sorry to hear that he attacked someone. I'm quite surprised and shocked by that.
The man was out of line, but doesn't matter. The Najini do not trust wizards.
I'll be frank with you, Kato. I'm sorry if I misled you. We suspected he might have magic
Puffs
ability.
intensely on his hookah as he watches you judgingly.
We suspected he might have magical ability, and that's why we ended the eye mage would be after him. I don't trust those eye mage more than you do. And we figured out that amongst your people like the authority wouldn't think about looking over here, since you're not from around here and you're known to distrust magic user. So you get why I thought it was a good plan, right? Just like I'm sorry if I should have been more upfront with you.
The wife walks up to the table, sets up the tea in front of you, a teacup and a saucer in front of you and Osmond and her husband.
Thank you.
Cato. And or Cato. And then she pours the tea. He takes the preparation of the tea as a moment of reflection on what you've stated.
Yeah, I stay silent during this time. I'm appreciating the fine cup that we're being served into.
Thank you, she. She kisses him on the forehead and sits down with her own cup of tea. He says, "What you say makes sense. I could not keep him here, otherwise he would have been ran out and probably beaten to death."
Well, I appreciate at least you send me a message and somebody to protect us. Have you been in the village at all? In the town?
No, they like me better here.
If your people go up there, they might start seeing portrait of my picture being posted around.
Oh?
Yes, it's starting to be a problem for me. I might need to leave the city. But I'd like to live with my cousin. Can you send me on my way in the direction where I can find him?
I think he might have left town.
Already? On his own?
Hmm. I don't know where he went. I told him to leave town.
Yeah, that was. Still a young man. On flavor and like I've been everywhere. I'm not too unlike you people, right? I don't like to stay in the same place too long.
You might look for a woman he became fond of. Her name was Farah.
Oh, really? One of your women. How
Hmm.
exciting. He's a handsome young chap too. Farah. I look at
Yeah.
Osmond. Do you know her?
Um, not very well, but I know who she is. I take a
She's
sip of the,
Nisi's cousin.
I take a sip of the tea. I always have the right amount of cardamom in here. I love it.
She's Nisi's cousin. You know her, Osman.
Yeah, I know who she is. Not really. Like I don't know her well, but I know who she is. We're acquaintances, I would say. But I know who she is. She knows
But a
who I am.
child. Just like your brother. I don't think he's built for wilderness life.
No, I was thinking of taking him to the free city of Venteri in the south. It's a long journey. If we can get on a boat, I have some people like that might be able to help me with that.
He's
Farah.
probably out living with the bums or something at this point. I guess great
Oh,
minds think alike. Looks at you.
I look at my coat and I say, speaking of that, I would have another favor to ask you. If I know I'm asking a lot, but we go along way back, all the way back to your own place or hometown when I was performing over there. I could use a different costume, and I was thinking some desert grab could properly cover my face.
He looks over at she and nods at her, and she stands up. And she says,
Nothing too fancy, something.
she kind of lets out a sigh. She walks over to some clothes, a rack of clothing. He says, of course.
I'm sipping on the tea, big sip. So that's delicious.
You Westerners sure know how to take advantage of Najee hospitality.
I hope it's going both way.
Well, no need. And
Hospitality is important all around. We all together in this world.
Prosper, the marketplace is a bustling with activity. Your compatriots no longer around.
I sigh, look down at Tito, who's having the time of his life, his little terrier tail wagging like crazy as he gnaws down on this skewer of lamb. I look around. I see a young boy with a large iguana-type lizard. I'm interested. I walk towards the young lad with his lizard. I'm more interested in the lizard.
Lizard rests across his shoulders, the large, long tail
Boy,
coiling around his arm.
It's a magnificent animal. What's his name? This is your animal? I say to the young boy.
He smiles
probably
at
doesn't.
you and he nods.
He doesn't speak my language, of course. That's okay. Don't
He
need
like
to.
brings it up to you with his head. I mean, points at it.
Yeah.
Pets
I pet the lizard's head and then I open my both hands like I'd like to. Can I hold it?
He looks at you, not knowing what to do. Lizard on his own just walks up into your hand. That's walking
Magnificent.
up your arm.
I
Boy just watches, amazed.
look at this lizard, admiring its beauty, its scales, its the intricacy of this animal.
A strange hypnotic green and purple pattern is on his scales. It has a kind of ridge line going down his back. Also purple.
I attempt to speak the 6. I attempt to speak with the lizard. And I ask it, is it seen anyone like me recently? One that doesn't, not from the desert. A human not from the desert. That's what I ask the little lizard. Its tiny brain, trying to find the words to communicate to it.
It says, man can't live in desert.
No, that's true. I say back to it. Not like you. You're well adapted for the desert. In fact, this must be uncomfortable for you.
It's cold.
I gesture back to give it back to the young boy. Boy, where's the tent? Direct me to the tent of Cato. Cato, I just say Cato.
Looks at you like
Cato.
he pets his. He says,
He doesn't understand. I take out
Ziggy. And another larger woman steps up and she says, Cato is up the road up there, but I know where to get even better clothes.
Oh, well, do lead on.
She says, she gestures gestures towards a adjacent tent that is a clothier.
I follow to the tent.
She says, Cato doesn't use greens. She shows off a number of large scarves.
I feign interest. Yes, those are very nice, ma'am. Very nice.
Yellows as well.
Also nice. Very, very nice. Well, I must be going. You have very nice wares. I'm sure that you'll make a brisk business. I say.
Buy something. How about she looks around.
I'm not much for scarves.
This bag for your woman.
A bag. Show me the bag.
She hands you a bag. It's got a lot of beads, tassels. It's primarily green and yellow.
I start bartering with her for the bag. I know this is an art form that this culture enjoys. I make a decent show of it, but at the end, I end up paying too much.
She says, thank you.
Anything exciting happen here recently? I'm just curious. I don't get to this part of the city very often.
There was a boy. He could control snakes.
Snakes? Well, that's a rare talent indeed. Where is this boy? I'd like to meet him. As you can tell, I'm a bit of an animal lover myself.
I don't know. Only heard stories.
Oh, you haven't seen the boy. This was how long ago?
3 days ago. made a
that
big
long
ruckus in the market.
ago. Oh. The pieces start falling into my head. A boy that could control snakes 3 days ago. Right. Well, I must be going. Ma'am, thank you. And thank you for this lovely bag. I had it kind of derisively. Thank you. Very, very nice. I've been
Yeah.
had. I walk out of the tent towards the tent of Cato.
She hands you Bertram a scarf or a kind of like a one of those. I guess it's like a muumuu, but it's a little tighter. This like
Ja,
purple.
kanske
Yes, it's like purple and has some blues.
I
Has a
put it on,
sash, big sash.
tying
around
up the
waist.
shots around my waist.
Not bad. That it works. It's a
Put
good
the
color.
scarf on my head and covering the face. And now I speak in Naji.
Looks
Oh.
good.
I look at us, man. I say, "What do you think?"
You could work on your accent. It doesn't sound very good.
Yeah, Viteri wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
That's true.
Your people won't be able to tell, that's for sure.
Oh, that yeah. I'm not trying to fool your people.
You could be Eastern.
The accent, though, kind of gives them away.
I bow towards she and I turn toward Kato and say, "Thank you very much. May the Dajari protect you." And I quickly look over us, man, like worried that I might have bundled this up.
He looks up at she and she's like, and she says, "The eternal wind at your back, Bertrand."
Oh, thank you. I'll need it. I'll catch that win. I lean over the table. I finish the last sip of my tea. I said, "Let's go find about Prosper Osman."
Thank you, Cattle, for your hospitality. I look over at his wife and nod and smile.
Good to see you. Take some food, Osman.
We just had
she hands you a fruit.
I'm really full because I ate all the food, but I don't want to insult her, so I take it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes, we'll bring it to our friend. He loves the fruit, and I'm sure he's never have as good fruit as yours.
Thank you, Bertrand. Osman. And Kato says, if you need anything, you know where to find us.
Say, I ask already a lot for you, and I'm sorry for the trouble that I brought to all your people.
It is a blessing to help you on your journey, he says as a farewell.
I put the fruit in my backpack and begin putting my boots on.
Yeah, put my boots back on, and I head out.
I look up the street, see a very colorfully dressed Bertrand come out of a tent.
I step outside. It's pretty bright. I squint my eyes, getting adjusted to the light.
I see Osman. Oh, there you are. I pick up the pace.
It's getting into late afternoon.
It suits you,
Raising my
Bertrand.
hand.
It looks nice. Hey, listen, I got an accessory for you, and I toss him the green and yellow beaded bag.
Hey, you know that's a lady's.
No.
Right?
I was assured it's okay for men to have this too. It's a new thing. I wink at Osman like, no.
I bet you probably overpaid for it too.
Never mind that. It's high quality, handmade. I can't stay much longer here. My purse will be empty.
I like the color of this. This green is wonderful. Like,
yeah, it goes great with the purple and red.
It's a color I tend to like, but unfortunately, Kato didn't have anything green. So.
No.
Well, green and yellow goes well with the blue.
Well, listen, as fun as this conversation is, I did find something out from the overpriced bags luggage sales lady. She tells me that there was a ruckus in the market 3 days ago. A young boy that was controlling snakes.
Yeah.
But it was
We-
3
we read
days
about
ago.
it.
We're 3 days behind. Whatever happened here? The letter must have been delayed that got to you. I have no idea where he is. He's definitely not here.
Oh, we have
leads.
Oh, good. So where are we going next?
we're gonna find Farah.
He left
It's
with a local
always
girl.
about a girl. Hear
Well,
that, Tito? It's a girl again.
you know, women are nice creature, right? They get men go crazy. I'm sure that was related to this altercation in the market. Must have been related to that.
I step up
So it-
closer to Bertrand in his new clothes and Osmond. I say, listen, I tried to buy us a little bit of time. I saw another one of Buckley's men. I don't think we have much time. Something's going to happen. The three of us are unlikely to find this boy. He's got a 3-day head start on whatever he's going.
I mean, look, we heard he might have a girlfriend. He showed a lot of interest with Farah. Maybe he's out with her. For all we know,
Where would she go?
Well,
they could go.
I know where her mom lives, so
Oh, that's
I know where she lives. So her
All
aunt,
this
rather,
walking
she lives with her
around.
aunt.
that's our best lead we have.
I'm just trying to warn you. Things are spiraling out of control.
But well, we need to hurry then. Well, we'll be fast.
I look up and down the street, kind of expecting at any moment to see.
Her aunt lives in the area, so it's not far. Just follow me,
Huge,
guys.
the large number of people walking around, it makes it very difficult to sense if you're being followed, if anyone's watching.
Every time I speak to Prosper or Osmond, I try to mimic Osmond accent. Even when I very. I tell Osmond, I need a name. I need a different name you can refer to. Like, just calling me like Bertrand won't do it.
What do you want us to call you?
A name of your people.
Nassim?
Yeah, that worked. Yeah.
Nassim.
And I put the scarf back on my face.
All right. Well, let's not
You
stand
can do
here.
that, Prosper?
Yes, Nassim. Am I saying that right, Osmond?
Yes. That's
Okay.
it. It's the easiest name I could think of. It would pronounce
Well,
right.
it's appreciated. All right. So Thierry and what was her name? Farah?
Farah.
Farah. Oh, okay. And she lives close by.
Oh,
All
she's
right.
in the area. She's in this area, at least.
Let's hurry.
Distance to Farah's tent is not. It's not very long. Quickly making your way there. It's more of a humble tent than Cato's.
I'll let you do the talking, Osmond.
That's a good idea.
I'll walk over to the tent,
Full suit.
kind of go to the door and announce myself. It's Osmond. Nisi, Farah, are you home?
A boy is at the entrance and he says, who are you?
I'm Osmond.
And Bertrand, you recognize your cousin.
I take off the scarf from my face. I said, Thierry, it's me, Bertrand. I came to pick you up. We need to go.
I
They're
look
after
over
you.
I look over at Prosper. See, things always work out. You were so worried.
I raise my eyebrows and then look behind, kind of looking around to see if we're followed.
And he says, Bertrand, what are you doing here?
I told you to stay quiet and to not make a ruckus. You want to go to the academy? You want to go like join this mage and lose your freedom? Be a puppet of this high order of mage?
No, I want to stay here with Farah.
Well, you cannot stay here now.
Why?
They're looking for you and they're offering a lot of money to get you. So they're gonna get you.
Why would they let me stay? Just be by myself.
There's
Here-
an option.
Tyria is a shorter boy, same wavy hair as Bertrand, but it's darker. Obviously clean shaven, with wispy beginnings of a mustache. He's experimenting with. He looks back. And he says, "Farah's not here,
Well, we were looking for you, actually. We heard it.
but I can't leave unless I say bye to Farah. Maybe
Where is she?
she'll come with me."
I sigh loudly.
Look, we should probably wait inside then. In the meantime,
I don't think she can. I don't think we can wait. I don't think she can come with you. Listen.
Say, look. If you care about this girl, then you better not draw her into this. We heard about what happened in the marketplace with the snakes.
Oh, heard about that, huh?
Everyone's
We
heard
did.
about that.
You know they don't allow wild magic user invited.
No, I'm not using it
After all,
anymore. And I moved into to the west side of the refugee camp, so I thought that would be good enough.
Well, it isn't.
Listen, it's a gift you have. You can't use it here, but it would be a shame to let it go to waste. We can put you on a ship. I know a guy. We can put you on a ship to the free city of Venteri. You could develop your magic over there. And
But listen, Bertrand,
Look,
why are we shipping them away?
look, we can leave now. Head to the city. We have a ship. We'll go to the port. I'll make
I've
sure
got
we'll
people
leave.
here. We can protect them
Well-
here.
Well, we'll leave word for Farah if that's what you're concerned. And once you're certain that you're safe, she could come and visit you. Maybe stay with you if she'd like.
Prosper, you want to turn him into a little petty criminal?
No, nothing like that. But
And how long before like he doesn't suit Buckley anymore and Buckley decides to turn him in?
I don't want to leave.
there's things that are beyond our control. I can't look.
Wait a second. Don't I get a say, Bertrand? Isn't that the whole point?
I
It
cross
is.
my arms.
Well,
It
I
is-
don't
it is,
want
I
to
guess.
leave, but I don't want to leave town.
If he doesn't want to leave town, then I've got one option and one option only.
You understand the High Council wants you, right? They think you're a threat.
I don't
Not a
care.
good thing.
I love Farah.
I look over at Bertrand. He wants to
She'll never-
stay.
We'll relocate you, and then we'll have people we send a message so she can join you there. Venteri is a beautiful city.
Look, you'll be free there. You'll be able to do whatever you want. You can learn your magic. Farah
able
will
to
come
make a
there. She can live
fortune.
with you.
Now, you know that's not true, Osmond. You know the mages have a reach there too. And I don't have any key people that could keep them safe there.
I heard there's a lot of mage gathering there.
This
If
guy.
enough go there, they might
What kind
be
of
able
people
to.
do you know?
Well, I say I know people that know how to keep things hidden.
That's
They're-
what I need, Bertrand.
Very great people. I cannot say I never dealt with them. I cannot say they never give me favor, and I gave them favor sometime, right? They sold some goods for me that I acquired in my travel, let's say.
It's basically people that are will take an opportunity to backstab you if they can. Sorry, Prosper. I'm calling it
Oh no,
how
man!
it is.
Come on, like I haven't.
I'm calling it how it is. Am I wrong?
And-
If they can make a few
I'm
crowns,
not gonna sugarcoat it, kid. There's cost to everything. Every
And
choice you make here will have a trade-off. What I'm offering you is a chance to stay here.
And
Is there
Thierry,
a trade-off? Yes, there's a trade-off.
can you
You'll have
guarantee?
to earn your keep.
Can you
you'll
guarantee
be
they're not going to turn
staying
them
here.
over if they offer a larger reward than they're offering for a friend here? You don't think they'll turn him in if there was 1,000 crown reward for him?
As
Can
long
you
as he's
guarantee
worth
that they
more
won't?
than them. As long as he's
Yeah.
worth more than them, they won't turn him in. But that's the thing.
He's worth way more than that.
He'll
A
be working for
mage?
them, doing whatever like this Buckley one.
But you'd be with
You'd
Farah.
You would stay in the city, but you would still be on the run. Don't get that wrong.
Wait,
You'd have to lay low. That's true. I mean, you have a choice before you.
I'm a man. I can be useful.
We would have a place
know?
for you.
Just because someone needs something from me doesn't mean I can't do it, Bertrand.
It's a choice you make.
Prospering
It might
says,
be hard. It's not gonna be easy. Like it's a choice you want to make. Like you said, you're right. The whole point is for you to be able to make your own choice. You are a man, and you should have this freedom.
well, I want to
But
stay
you
with
have to understand that this choice you make, if you make this choice, it's not a choice you can walk away from easily.
That's
Well,
true.
if I make any other choice, I got to walk away from Farah. So I don't
Wait.
want to walk away from that. I will go with you and stay here.
I will have to move away. My face is everywhere on the street.
There'll be no reward for you. Oh no, I shouldn't say that. Yeah, there's costs, Thierry. There's costs. There'll be costs to Bertrand. There'll be costs to Farah. What about her parents?
If I run away, are they going to stop looking for you, Bertrand?
I would run away with you. I would be like, but you can stay here.
I mean, I've
been here for a while.
You're my
My
cousin.
feet are starting to itch. Prosper.
You're my cousin, Bertrand, but me and Farah, that's true love.
Where is she? Your true love.
She's in the market. She's getting some fresh bread.
Okay, so she shouldn't be long. We'll wait here a bit. Can we go in, or are you waiting for her outside? We can't go in. Let's just go inside and wait for her in there.
Well, I'd rather take care of this first. I don't want to bring her to some kind of guy, some scary guys.
I turn toward Prosper and I put my hand on his shoulder and brought him about like a little step away, a few steps away. I say, Prosper, I will have to go away. If I let my cousin to you, you'll protect him from Buckley?
I will protect him from Buckley. I will
go a
take
long
him
way
under
in
my
your eyes.
wing. I will make sure, as my promise to you, I've never lied to you. As my promise to you, I will take him under my wing. I will treat him, make sure that he's well looked after. But there's a complication. I don't trust people. You know that. And
Well,
I don't trust this girl. You would not believe the amount of dirt that I have on people in this city because of a girl going to get a fresh loaf of bread in the market.
I would believe it,
Thierry
Prosper.
Thierry
Like, a lot of
walks
time,
over
I was
to-
the guy
Thierry
putting
walks
the
over.
burden on the woman for you.
Yes, I know.
Thierry walks over to a desk, gets a pen out, and starts writing a letter. He says, "You're wrong about her."
No, I'm not wrong. She's selling him out right now. It's
I'll
not
put it-
fair.
I'll put my hand
I've seen
on
it too many times.
Thierry's shoulder. I'm sure she loves you. Don't listen to him.
Well,
She loves him in her own way. Look, it is not in my best interest to flip on this. I mean, I'm going to be in a world of hurt if I don't deliver Thierry here to Buckley. But he's making a decision based on a love that
well,
I'm skeptical.
Prosper, just because you haven't found love doesn't mean this young couple hasn't.
I've seen
Yeah.
love.
look at Osman and I laugh. You've been 15,
Hey.
15-year-old
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what.
What can I say? I'm a
You
romantic.
stay here and wait.
They don't get your culture like I do, Osmond.
It's not like that, kid.
It's romantic.
Let's
I
get the
can't.
kid. Let's
When
go
they
see
when they
Parker.
find a partner, it's for life. Right, Osmond?
It's true.
You're not one of them, kid.
We'll accept people. We're not as close-minded. I know you're accustomed to throwing names at people. You're people toward us, but we know what it's like to be on that end of the stick. So
Listen, I don't hold it
receiving end.
against you. I'm just telling you, people can't be trusted. Least of all, women that have suddenly
Well,
need to go to
Prosper.
the market late in the day to get bread.
She's not there yet. She's not there now. We can go to Buckley with Thierry. See how thing goes.
Once you walk into that, kid,
Come back
I
to
just
you.
don't know. I think that you've got to make your choice now. If it's not Buckley, it's
He's
going to be the
waiting.
mages.
He stamps
Or you get on a ship and you get out of here.
the letter, puts it with some defiance. I made my decision. Stands up, goes and grabs a pack.
I move to the letter and I read what he wrote.
Sealed.
Hey, Bertram.
Oh.
All
I look at
right.
Thierry,
Look, kid, are
Is it-
you
is it
going to
Thierry?
stay here or go on the boat?
or go with
I
Prosper.
want to stay here.
All right. All right.
I can
We'll
be an
introduce you to
asset to
some
this.
people.
I can be an asset to this Buckley guy.
I'm sure you can.
I'm starting to learn how to use my gifts.
All right. You might just make it in this business. I turn to Bertrand. Let's go take him to Buckley, but I give you my word. I'll look
Yeah.
after him. Do what
I
I
put my hand
can.
on the shoulder of Prosper again and say, remember, when you had nothing, I introduced you to the first people that made you become someone.
Well, it just so happened that you were the one sleeping with all the ladies of the high court, so it was a very good arrangement you and I had. I won't forget
the
it.
best arrangement when both sides get what they want.
Exactly. I give you my word. I will look after him like he's my own kin.
Hey. And you know, if I go out inventory, maybe I'll make some connection there. And then if you want to expand business over there, we can start over again, new place. If
It'd
heats
be
get too
nice.
hot here,
It'd be nice. It would be nice. All right.
Bertrand, are you gonna come with us?
I'll go with you, see Buckley.
Bertrand,
But then after, I would have to leave the city. I cannot stay here. But
Maybe you
I
can
get a
work.
ship
maybe-
leaving in a few days. I need a place to lay low in the meantime. Buckley
yeah.
would be the guy.
Maybe you could work for Buckley too.
My face is too known, and working in the shadow is not for me. I need the light.
I pull Bertrand and Osmond aside from the boy. Just give us a second. Bertrand, I mean, there's some risk.
He quickly darts back into the back of the tent, like quickly trying to throw some stuff in his bag.
Osmond, Bertrand, there's some risk. If I take you to Buckley, there's a chance that he'll want to collect on that 500 crown.
I'm
Turn you
concerned.
in.
I'm concerned he'll do that with the boy as well.
So the boy is a mage. I mean, that's just so much more value there. But Bertrand, he could turn over in a heartbeat. It's 500 crowns. I don't know that I could keep him from doing that. The boy, yeah, with his gifts, but I don't know. Just might be best to just head out of town.
I don't know. I don't feel comfortable letting you go with Thierry. I'd like to be there for this introduction. You know, just like
Okay.
I guess like my freedom is part of the price for him getting Thierry.
That's noble. Osmond, you still want to be in this horse race?
Yeah, I got to see it to the end now. It's gonna,
All right.
things have a way of working out, though.
Let's grab the pup and let's go.
With all the like the flaws of Buckley, he's good people to know in this city.
He's always treated me fair. He's shrewd, but he's not as cutthroat as his reputation would suggest. That's
Don't let
not
him
real
hear.
good for business.
Don't let him hear that.
No. Yeah, you didn't hear it from me. He's pretty fair.
Thierry bursts out of the tent with his bag ready and a hat on, and a large brimmed hat. He says, "All right, let's go."
Okay.
All right.
Stay
That's
close.
what you want. I
I
shake
take
my
the
head.
lead. I take the lead.
I close the
down
march.
streets.
Opposite side of town. There's more of a police presence on the roads.
Make sure my veil is in my face.
Able to. They don't notice you with your savvy maneuvering. The Hook and Crook is a tavern that is a haven for Buckley's men. He often has a regular table there to hold court, do business.
Seeing our destination ahead, I warn the rest of our group. Okay, let me take lead on this. Walk into the tavern and immediately recognize all of the patrons.
Smell of swill is in the air heavily. It's very humid, hot.
I make double sure that my face is covered, and I because like I know those guys saw my picture, and I make sure to speak with the thick Naji accent.
One step in the door, one of them puts his hands on your chest. Bertrand says, why are you got a mask on?
No, he's with me. He's with me. Hey, listen.
Prosper.
Yes.
Yeah,
he's
sorry.
with me. No,
sorry,
he's with me. Don't be manhandling people, my guess. Honestly.
Thank you for your hospitality.
I call over Alexia, can we get a table here, please? Please send word.
Buxom young broad comes by and says, "Prosper, your table's over here," and she pushes one of the patrons off of it. It's a table for 4.
Thank you,
picks
last.
up a couple of glasses and says, "I'll bring you a couple drinks real quick."
Yeah, bring around here, please. And I toss a coin to her, and
Catch.
Let the boss know I need to talk to him privately.
Hip coin purse.
Yeah.
She struts off through the crowd.
Come on, Thierry. Let's sit down. I motion to Thierry.
He sits down and he says, "Wow, it really stinks in here." He's looking around.
Do you have any last thoughts?
Better in the other spot.
Yeah, it was like, well, if you're having second thoughts, kid, it's going to be too late for that in about 2 minutes.
He says, "No, I love Farah. Do anything for her." And there's a second floor with a balcony that circles around the joint. People sitting up there drinking. Prosper, you catch a glimpse of Buckley sitting on one of those tables, and he doesn't seem to notice that you have entered the room already.
I keep an eye up on there, waiting for the message to arrive, knowing better than to approach his table unannounced. I wait for Alexia to let him know that we're here. Keep glancing up.
Alexia brings the rounds to the table. She says, I got Dixon running the message for you, Prosper.
Thank you. Thank you, lass. Cheers.
Dixon is a midget. And he's tugs on Buckley's sleeve. And Buckley's like, does this, and then he leans in and then peers down at you.
I raise my flagon of ale.
He raises a
Grab
shot
a-
glass.
I grab a flagon of ale, and then I come to bring it to my face, and I remember my face is covered. And I look at Osman. I say, "This is a bit embarrassing." I put the flagon back down.
He does
wait
this with his fingers.
Yep. Okay. All right. Let's go. I stand up.
That's Buckley, huh?
All of us,
Theory.
or just you and Thierry? All of us, right?
All
No.
of us. I want to be there.
Yeah, no, you can all come.
Buckley
Theory.
is a massive.
Don't speak
man.
until you're being spoken to.
You walk
And
up.
keep your answer short. Don't volunteer too much information. Don't talk about Farah. He's going to use that against you someday.
Okay, Bertrand.
We trade in secrets, boy. Remember that always.
Bertrand takes a swallow of the swill.
All right. After me, I make my way up
Gosh.
the stairs to the second level where the boss sits at his table alone.
Two men step to the side, allowing you access to the stairs. Subtle guards, and people watching you as your entourage is walking upstairs.
Tito rushes over to the boss's leg and rubs up against knocks the boss's leg. We're looking for some affection from Buckley.
Buckley looks down on him and kind of frowns.
Tito, back, heel. Tito runs back. Sorry about that, boss.
He stands up and he says, Prosper, you brought people.
Not just people, boss.
His
Special people.
His eyes lock on to Thierry.
Yes.
I take off the
I-
veil from my face.
And he
This
looks
young
over,
man here.
does a double take and then looks at you, Bertrand.
Say hello, Buckley.
I look back at the guards, making sure they're not alarmed. Is he?
No one is bothering you. No one's looking at your table.
Boss, this young man here.
Come on, over here. And he walks over towards the table that's off of the balcony. More of a booth, more secluded. He sits down at it. It's like a corner booth. Big table around. And he scoots into the booth. He says, all right. Buckley is a massive man. He's about 6'8", 280 pounds minimum. Short brown hair. He's got like this weird scarring on his head. He says,
As I was
"All
saying,
right, I know you," points at Bertrand.
Yeah, excuse the disguise. I'm sure you figure out why.
500 crowns.
yeah, Nolan gave you the message.
Yeah. I'm glad that was quicker than it. I didn't really want to put off looking for him.
Well, there's
I
no
didn't
need.
came to turn myself in to you,
All
just
right.
to make that clear.
What's going on, Prosper?
This young boy wants to join.
Good.
He's not just a young man. He's got the gift. That's why the mages want to pay so much to get their hands on him. But he doesn't want that life. No, he wants the life of freedom from those kind of rules.
Ah, Terry says, yeah, and I could be really useful too.
I look at Thierry and I wave my hand.
He's young. He's impetuous.
Buckley,
Perfect.
that's my cousin. That's why they're after me.
Oh, so that's a mage's bounty.
Yeah.
I'm gonna quit town, as you can imagine. My cousin doesn't want to follow. Can I leave him in your care?
I don't know. Are you going to come around and try to rescue him from this seedy life of crime?
The whole
Whatever.
point of me
Decide to
hiding
fulfill.
him from the mage is to leave him make his own choice. And the choice you want to make, apparently, is you.
He kind of chuckles to himself. He looks at Osmond. He says, well, you're welcome to join, young man. Welcome to your new life.
I raise my hand and say,
good.
Buckley, part of the deal. I need a place to lay low for a few days. I have a ship in 4 days leaving to Venteri. I'll go spend some time over there, let the heat die down.
Okay.
And you know, maybe I'll make some connection over there at some point. I'll make it worth your while.
Yeah, I'll give you you can stay over at the port. That way you don't have any traveling to do. I'm sure I can find a hole to hide you in. He takes a big bite out of a piece of drumstick that he brought along.
I look at Prosper and at Thierry. Look at Osman.
You sure about this? I look over at Thierry.
He leans over to Prosper and slaps him on the back, and he says, you just made captain.
Thanks, boss. My eyes linger, kind of uncomfortable with his touch. I see the greasy, the dribble of grease from the drumstick down his. I suddenly feel very ill, like I've made a horrible mistake. I look over at Bertrand.
Kind of a smell to him. Unusual smell.
Yeah, thanks, boss. I said thanks.
Smell of sulfur.
Thanks. I really appreciate it. He'll be a good addition, I say. I look over at Bertrand, and my eyes kind of lock on to Bertrand's eyes.
Yeah, maintain his look.
I've got my walking cane in my hand. They're always in my hand.
Say, well, I don't know who you are, but here's 50 crowns. Hands his Osmond 50 crowns, in a bag, pouch.
I say, oh, Buckley.
Thanks for walking this guy into my place.
Osman is connected with those newcomer to the city. I thought like we would introduce him to him. Well, I think maybe your gang, your crew, a news crew, might have some interest in working together.
Why don't you let me worry about my business, Bertrand, and you go hide in that hole at the port?
I was trying to do a favor. Buckley. I know you always welcome a favor.
And what's the favor?
Connection is always good, isn't it?
I could do that on my own.
Mm,
I feel like I just did it. Osmond,
Yes. It's
if we need you, we'll be in touch. Likewise, if you need a favor, let me know.
hey.
May I have a
Not
word with my
good.
cousin in private before leaving? And I drag
Look
Thierry
very
in
reluctant
toward the back.
that he doesn't physically stop you as you take your cousin.
And I tell hello to Thierry. I say listen, those are the people you're associated with now. Listen to them.
This guy seems mean.
He is, but he'll protect you as long as you're profitable to him. So listen to him.
Gonna be.
Don't try to be smart. They ask you something, you do it to the best of your capability. Prosper is gonna have your back when he can. But if you act stupid, Prosper is not gonna put his neck on the line for you.
You won't have to. I promise you, I'm gonna be really useful. I'm starting to get the hang of these powers I got.
Yeah, don't be stupid, kid. And I move back toward the group.
I look at the greasy boss. Buckley, I do need to point out, Nolan did help me with this. It wouldn't be right if I took all the credit. I appreciate the promotion. It's a great honor, but please remember Nolan and his contribution to this as well. It's,
Good man, Prosper. Good man.
and
It's important
If
to
it's-
acknowledge your peers.
I've got a bit of a rapport with this lad. I can show him the ropes.
I think I'll take it from here, Prosper.
I look at the gristle caught in his teeth, his big sweaty jowls, the big giant of a man. I turn around
It's like
reluctantly.
he's almost maybe even swelled a bit since you showed up.
I'm just
Teeth a little sharper maybe than they were before.
kind of disgusted, the whole thing. I look over at Bertrand and Osmond.
Say, Buckley, you know what a mage can be worth to your organization. Much more than whatever the council is gonna pay for bounty.
Bertrand, I need you to get out of here before all of my men want to collect that 500 crown bounty on you. It's a real bummer to have to tell people they can't get money.
I put my veil back in the face.
Prosper,
see
why
myself
don't you
out.
show Bertrand the way to the port?
Yeah, boss.
I speak with the fake Naji accent. I see myself out, and I turn around and I leave.
I can't take it any longer. With a howl of rage, I spin on my heel. My walking cane comes up. I aim for the side of the boss's head. I've seen too much. I can't have this happen. My conscience gets the best of me, and I swing for the fences right towards his temple. That's a 6.
Check it.
This is a heroic die. That's a confirmed crit.
Crack. Success.
The dog sprints forward, snarling, the little terrier yapping at him as well. I do 2 strikes of damage from my weighted walking cane on the side of the boss's head as Tito goes to work on his ankle, trying to upset his balance.
Falls over on his side. Oh,
Don't just stand there, Bertrand. Now!
As I hear the commotion, I turn around and I draw my messer from my robe, and it takes me a second to figure out what the hell is happening.
I immediately draw out my 2 daggers, seeing that I'm in it now. I'm going to be held responsible. And I go begin stabbing the boss, Buckley. Three.
The and it's a bumble. So go ahead and it's a failure.
You can describe your failure, Ellie.
Yeah.
As I walk over to this man, I try to stab him, but all the grease that he has on his arm slips and I slip on the grease as he's on the ground, and I kind of fall over on the side and quickly using acrobatics, like get back on my feet, but I lost my dagger and one of my daggers in the process.
Okay. Bertrand.
I tell Terry, like, Terry, be useful now, and then I move to jab my messer in Buckley. But I get the user Eric dice and some. I make that a 4 with some karma.
All right. Fail.
I'm too slow. Was a bit too far. Like, I'm still shocked by what happened. I'm still like confused about it.
Strike should have pierced easily the man Buckley. What was a man? His black clawed hand grips your arm before the dagger can find its mark, and he slowly rises, revealing that he's no man at all.
No.
Some creature. Sorry, I fucking lost this thing. There it is. And he picks you up, tries to throw you across the bar into a table. He's black and red, and he like begins to shake, and his girth reveals 2 large wings as he and horns where those scars were begin to come out of his head. He goes, boy, wait one moment while I deal with your friends. He throws you. Confirming. Throwing you into some benches.
Yeah, I fly, and I crack my see like some of my wrist crack, my ribs crack. Ugh. Losing my breath.
Transformation causes Tiri to fall back on his haunches, and then onto his trips over and falls on his butt, kind of scoots back. Terror crossing his face.
I yell out, we do this for you, boy, in the fight. And then I yell out again as I dart in with my walking stick, swinging as wildly at the demon. We don't serve you anymore, demon. I call out for the others in the anchor. Look at what this is. And then swing I use the last potential crit. Does not confirm.
He goes,
So the cane smacks him again. The silver line of my fancy walking cane smoking as it hits the demonic flesh.
I run and slide past Buckley, gracefully grabbing my dagger I previously dropped, and attempt to stab him in the back. Confirm that crit. Oh, sorry. 2 strikes. Well, 2 sixes.
okay. He goes, and like a flurry of, or Bertrand.
I step off to my feet.
Sorry, Bertrand.
What?
I realized I was muted.
Yeah, no, you weren't mute.
Okay.
I step up to my feet, and I run to this monster, and I try to slash, lower his leg with a 5. That I'm gonna turn to a 6 and try to confirm that. No. Well,
He falls 20. All of you around him, he looks at you and he says, "You traitor," towards you, Prosper. And with supernatural speed, starts clawing at you. Claw
I
1,
dance out of the way.
claw 2. So he misses, and then
I parry the last with my armor, just deflecting the demonic claws.
tries to push your weapon down, and then tries to bite you with his massive jaws.
Yeah.
And then he rips a chunk out of you, and then tries to gore you with his horns.
All right, the horns. I fall, blood pooling around the wounds. How
He
many
just starts
strikes?
laughing.
2 strikes?
Yeah, it was 2 total. And some of the patrons that are upstairs, many of them captains, are just amazed at what they're seeing, and they don't dare to react. And that's when Tiri extends a hand. He says, "Stop!" And he puts his hand up towards the demon, and these long tentacles of purple sizzling energy shoot out from his body and try to wrap up the demon. And he's held there. Held in place, unable to continue his assault. Prosper.
I stumble back towards the balcony railing, and I hit it, blood pouring down my arm from the wounds. I take my walking cane with 2 hands. Seeing that the enemy is held, I walk in again, swinging for its head. Potential crit. Does not confirm. My luck is almost up. Yeah. My luck. What do I have for karma? No, does not confirm.
You're pathetic, Prosper.
While he's being
Always
held,
hated you.
as he's being held, I put my foot on one of the chairs, the bench, and leap off of it, trying to get to his upper back and stabbing him with both daggers. Two sixes. It's 3 karma. I will roll to confirm. 1 confirmed. 3 strikes of damage. 2 hits and 1 confirmed crit.
Death. Describe.
As I stab him with both daggers, I begin twisting them, and slowly I start sliding down, opening up the wound. His shoulder blades hump forward as I cut through his shoulder blade muscles. And I jump off before he falls, so he doesn't fall on me as he falls back.
He falls down like that. He's like grunting, and he slowly dissipates into smoke, leaving behind a pile of cinder.
I wave over to Bertrand. Some help. Trying to stay on my feet.
I can give you a hand.
I quickly look at the theory and I say you're right, and then I cut Prosper, but then I keep my sword drawn and I look toward where the stair to see if anybody's coming up.
In a loud voice, I call out to the rest of the patrons. Buckley was a demon. You all see that now. And he's dead. And that makes us the new boss.
Captain's sitting up on the balcony, being really the only ones with a good shot of that secluded booth in the back. Look on, drawing their weapons. They say, slow down, Lieutenant.
That's all right. I say, blood dripping from my fingers. We're leaving. You're in charge now. Hopefully you'll be better than that demonic thing.
They say, you're leaving, but he's not leaving.
We're all leaving.
They point at Bertrand. Let's take some steps towards you.
I look over at the boy.
I shake my sword with some of the demon blood that's still on it.
Like, are you sure you want to do this? You took out that demon. You're just a man. We'll walk out of here and you'll be the new boss. That's a sure win. But if you fight us, you may not win. We took out a demon.
Be careful. We got one of those mage with us.
He sheathes his sword. The lesser captains behind him follow his lead. They say, don't ever come back here, Prosper.
I spit blood.
If you even live.
If I die, it's still better than serving a literal demon.
Well, you took care of that, didn't you?
Yeah, something tells me you guys will be no better. I limp towards the stairs.
I extend
Come here,
our
Prosper.
arm to help Prosper.
Just put your arm over my shoulder.
I whistle for the dog to come growling at everyone else around him.
Downstairs, the people who guard the stairwell stand aside looking at you, letting you pass. Seemingly no one downstairs knows what happened at all. This atmosphere has remained the same, loud as ever. The volume disguising the sounds of combat above.
I weakly say to Bertrand, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I let it go too far. But I just couldn't live with myself delivering another one to that monster.
You knew about that?
I knew he wasn't a man. I didn't know what exactly he was, but I knew he wasn't a man. I thought in my arrogance, and I'd cough up some blood, that I could get the better of him. Foolishness.
You gonna go to Venturi with me, my friend?
I think
Sad
we all
we'll
have to.
die in a gutter tonight, but I can't stay here.
Osman.
I can bandage you up as soon as we get somewhere safe.
As you guys leave the bar, the waitress walks out towards the door and says, "They stiffed me. You believe it?" And that's where we'll end the session.
Nice. I'm gonna have to double check the rules. I think once you crit and you confirm, you roll again.
Yeah, I think you keep rolling.
It keeps going, but you guys stopped, so I didn't want to keep doing it because I was like,
you're
I'll stop
right.
because they stopped. It keeps exploding.
It does keep exploding. I forgot that.
Yeah,
You're absolutely
But
right.
I was like, they think it's 2. I don't want to seem like I'm breaking the rules, so I'll stick to
like
it.
one time with his last karma. So
Yeah.
I caught it as well with Crispy.
what'd you guys think of that session?
It was interesting.
Slow?
Yeah, it was good.
I thought that I was
Slow as balls, or was it okay?
I mean, I kept trying for us not to go there because I had a feeling things weren't going to work out well there. But
Yeah.
I don't know if Crispy thought that, like, yeah, we'll take out the boss, we'll take out Buckley.
Like you said, don't go to Buckley.
I was like, it's not going to end well. It's not going to end well.
Well,
like,
and I was
they all
thinking,
seem
I
shady and seedy.
I didn't know what you had like a plan for Buckley, or if you had anything planned for Buckley. Like I thought at some point we started the session when we found Thierry and they said, okay, let's bring
I
him to
wasn't
Buckley.
sure.
That's what I thought too.
Like for me, like at some point it was like, oh, okay, we're gonna end the session there.
Yeah.
Well, then
Well, I've been
Prosper
fine with that.
decides to tee up on him, so I had to.
When I was kind of showing my reluctance, like, oh, do we do this? Do we do this? And then you're like, he smells a little like sulfur, and I'm like, oh, he's a little bigger than he was before. He's
getting ready to eat. He's getting ready to eat.
Filed teeth, and I'm like, oh, no, it's on. That's I was like, I was trying to telegraph that to you, Max, and Eli. I was trying to be like, okay, I lock eyes with you. Like,
no, yeah, I had a feeling. I think Bertram then started saying something, but I was gonna say I'm gonna put my hands close to my dagger because you were giving that look.
I was just kind of giving that. Anyway, that was an epic end.
Okay, good.
I find like for me, like in the start, I found like it took me a while to find this character voice. I wasn't into it. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where it was going. Like the beginning was a bit slow. With
you guys kept chatting.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have like a lot of pushes. I didn't want to like push every time you started.
I think it was fine. I think at one point I was staring straight, and then here because I have a teleprompter that I use for work, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna use it for this, so I'm not staring to the side.
I got my dog up for it.
And it was plugged in since like 3:00 with it on, and then the battery, like 10 minutes into the game, the battery said low power. I was like, are you kidding me? It's not charging, and it died. So then I was like staring to the side. Now it's back on. It charged a bit. So I was like, really? 10 minutes into it? It was plugged in since 3:00. I left it on to make sure there was no issues because I never used it that long, and it was fine. But I guess it was slowly depleting.
What I did like about the session, I liked a lot about the session. What I liked about the session is that we were each kind of inventing things as we went. Like I like Max, you were inventing like this Robert guy, the big fat, I'm doing a show for you, and there was some nice interplay there. Like as the world kind of was becoming more. There was a part where Phil was like, "Oh yeah, Buckley, it's a guy I don't even know, but he's like, yeah, for you nothing because the boss and he's paying protection money." And
I wasn't sure if you guys played a different session that I didn't watch because some of it seemed like it was past stuff. I was a bit confused.
Yeah, we were just inventing that. Yeah,
So I wasn't
between me
sure.
and Prosper?
because-
Yeah, no, it's just making it up.
Oh, because
we were
I
just
think
making all that up.
during the session 0, like I heard like the
Yeah.
Rising Sand.
Rising
the Rising
Sand,
Sand,
yeah.
Like I don't
But
know
there's
what
a
that
time
was.
skip.
So I
Yeah.
was like, that was a game that they played. So I don't know if you were drawing from that. That's
It's
what I
a-
was
it's in the same-
confused on. So that's
it's
why
in
when
the
you were
same
asking me
universe?
about my people, I was like,
Which
I don't want to
people?
mess
Yeah.
something up if you guys already
That's
established
true.
something, and then it's gonna like
You were a bit.
Oh, it doesn't matter
You were
so much.
disadvantaged a little bit there.
not
'cause, yeah,
work
but-
out. You know, like I say the wrong
Yeah.
thing. It's like no, that's not like that or something. You know.
No, I tried to make some callback to it, but
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
like how Osman was the Najim.
Yes.
Yeah, because I said the Rising
Yeah.
Sand. I didn't see that.
Mhm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't see that. Like
There's
I
a lot
watched the
of
whole session
vocabulary
0.
words.
But that I didn't, so I wasn't sure. Like, are these
Yeah.
people this way, that way? Are they just kind of like Middle Eastern people in our world? I wasn't sure, but I was like,
Right.
probably safe to say that he comes
mix
pita
like
at
Persian
least
and
and
Japanese.
Wait,
Some-
I'm-
lamb kebabs.
Yeah, that was good. It was great. I liked it. It was really good.
They're Asian Arabic,
Yeah, it was
Okay.
Japanese and like
Japan
Arabic
Arabic,
mix.
Okay.
It was kind of fun.
Arabic.
but
What'd you think, Max?
yeah, like what do you think of this? Like because like Crispy was just saying like we made up a lot of stuff with the character that we just pull off out of nowhere and stuff like that. How do you feel about that?
Lots of stuff kind of derailed it right at the beginning, right? Because you had the letter from Osman, and then I was just like making up a guy walking down the alleyway just to make it a little bit tense, and you're like,
Yeah.
"That's Osman." I'm
I
like,
know. I was like, wait, is that supposed to be me?
Why-
Did I miss a cue?
That's Crispy saying that.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't think I did, but
why would you
but
send
it-
a letter and then walk up? Follow the
Yeah.
stuff?
I'm like, it's me now. I had the same feeling. I was like, I'm not sure.
And they're like, "Hey, we're going to meet you to show us the thing," and you're like, "I don't know where you're going."
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if there was something.
I was like,
like,
"Oh."
I don't know if you
We'll
would
see what
have ad-libbed the letter or if you already had talked to.
Yeah.
I didn't want to mess something up. So
I was about
What-
to have the guards like pop into the tavern upstairs on that safe room,
Mhm.
but y'all were like
Yeah.
walking out, so I was like, "Okay,
I-
they're just talking
I-
to fruit guy."
I really wanted to take out those guards that were in the alley
I thought you were.
because he described it as it's empty. There's no one there. It was only one single person. I'm like, this will be the perfect spot.
Yeah.
And you were like, well, there's more people. I'm like, okay, I guess. But like to me, it seemed like if we do attack, well, there's more people. There's more eyes on us. More people who can
Yeah.
identify us. You
I
know?
was just trying to move through the
I
crowds.
I thought Max was about to be in jail. I was like, "What the hell is this
No,
gonna turn into?
Yeah, I thought it was too.
What's this session about to become?"
Just
Yeah.
a jailbreak session.
So it's
Or all like all like you do the adventure and we come back to me. Well, I'm still in jail.
yeah.
Well,
Prosper's
I'm
like,
more
"I have no
careful.
reason to bust out Bertrand." So
Well,
No.
before you ran, I was like, we're gonna fight in the middle of here, and everyone's
Yeah.
gonna be after us now.
Why
that's cool.
But like I feel like the start of the session, you really like threw us in like with much shorter like preamble than we usually do. No,
Yeah.
like you're just like, oh, you're there. There you go. We're there. It's just like, oh, okay. I'm there with Prosper, and I got this. I wasn't even like Prosper wasn't even there. Like just like there with the letter, and then like, oh, okay, Prosper come up, okay, and then we have to figure it out. Like I wasn't even
Let you populate it a little bit.
yeah, and I wouldn't have been like, fully sure. I was there when Crispy made his character, but I don't really know who he is, and like I didn't really know who his character was at all, right? It's just like Osman. So now like we had to, and I didn't want to define somebody else's character for them, right? So,
Right.
Well, I said you were waiting on your contact or something.
yeah.
It was
But
a
apparently it was
opening for Chris, but I agree. I did less preamble.
yeah, and
I
like
thought it
I
worked
said,
okay.
it took me a while to find this character voice. I don't know what I wanted to do with him.
Yeah.
I don't know why I came in like underprepared, and also like I realized like I was something missing on my character sheet, so I tried to fix that, like some stuff I didn't know. I realized also I didn't use a lot of the sorry.
Yeah. I was gonna say I didn't know you were like an expert deceiver. Right?
Yeah. I got like I got boons on all the on performance. I got boon on social situation. I'm a dandy,
was
so I
his
got a boon on, like,
That's for aspect, right? The dandy was the, and then
Yeah.
Prosper, when you said, "Oh, you know the city, it's a shortcut," but I was like, wait, but he said it wouldn't make sense. It'd be a plot hole, so that's why I was
Oh,
like,
that's right. And I
but my
misremembered.
character's overly optimistic because things
Yeah.
kind of tend to work out. Because so I was like, oh, I have a good feeling about this. Things
I got a
always
good
seem to
feeling
work
about
out.
that.
Like
That's
I'll
good.
make it flow. Then like
Yeah.
I like that.
this is the way. I don't know the city well, but I have a good feeling about.
I got a good feeling about this one. This is good. Like, it may not be a shortcut, but I feel good about this one.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah, I didn't use the Strand of Fate. I didn't use any scroll either, so I feel like I didn't use that much of my class.
I thought you were gonna go invisible. Like
I thought at some
get
point
away
about
from
doing
the
it, but
guards.
but it's only me, and
Yeah.
like I wanted to do it when I was on the run, but I had my end in handcuff.
Does that matter? Does that mean you can't do it?
I couldn't, like, I decided I couldn't be able to reach the scroll
Read it. You have to
Yeah.
read it, right?
and read it. Yeah, I won't read it with my
You
feet.
could have got old man crazy meth
Oh.
head to do it for you.
That
Like,
would have
hey,
been
can you
a
hold
good
this scroll up?
Hey, can you pick up a scroll there in my bag? Like,
It's like shaking.
That's right.
what, you gonna
Got
do
the
magic now?
That's
Don't
fine.
worry, old man. Yeah. Oh, I could have used my thaumaturgy. I can move small object.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, I didn't quite. I forgot you had thaumaturgy. I thought you had like telepathy or telekinesis or something.
No, thaumaturgy. Yeah, you can move
Mhm.
small objects. It's part of it.
But
But
it's
I can
also
also, like,
minor illusion.
minor illusion,
Like
smell,
minor magic.
vibes, like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you started doing minor illusions, I was like, I guess you have one.
I thought that was a brilliant idea. The fire, like the smell thing, and then
It's only
someone
supposed to
screaming,
affect
"Fire!"
one person, though, right? Did I get that right?
Yeah,
No,
I
no,
kind
you
of
create
think
an
of it like
illusion that like people around like see or smell. I guess that's
Illusions are typically, because I was looking at illusionist. Illusions are harder to get off if you're doing it against a group. Like you have to
already. It
roll.
doesn't. I just read the thaumaturgy and doesn't say anything. I didn't read the whole thing about magic, so
Okay.
maybe I should have read more
I
about.
just kind of
illusion.
assumed
Well,
it would be similar.
Eli
to-
would know.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's kind of like prestidigitation in 5e, similar. It says, minor magic trick. These are non-harmful manifestations like moving a small object slowly or solitary minor illusions like sight, sound, or smell. They must be concentrated on and are quick to fade away, is what the book says.
Okay.
So, like, that worked, because that, you made a scent for a while, or like a scream or whatever. Because you could
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't want to push it too far, but it was enough to get one guard away, so
Yeah, sure.
that was enough for my escape. I guess.
Install the other ones.
Yeah, install the other one a bit. Yeah.
I wanted to
That'll
tell
work,
Prosper, I told you so. We should have attacked him in the alley, but I'm like, my character's optimistic, so I gotta keep thinking it's gonna work out. It's
Gonna work out. No, this is all good.
Yeah, I felt like Prosper kept like walking away from Bertrand. He's like, I don't care. He's got it.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
just like walk off. Anyway.
Yeah.
Phil, I wanted to ask you something. You wanted to do like the urban theme, right? Urban campaign. Do you feel like the urban game, right? Because we never like really had a game in the city. Do you feel we
guess. It
kind of
wasn't
got
like
the
a-
feel?
Sure. I don't know. I wasn't really super trying to do that. I just wanted to do something in a city.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do like an adventure across the plains or whatever.
Because I feel
Or
like
a
when you're
cave
when you're in a city, being able to conjure people and stuff like that, I think that's important for the 4Ding people. Like
Well,
I
and
think
I
that's
think-
important for the feel.
Totally.
I think it
You
plays to your
4D
strengths.
like most of the NPCs.
Well, and I think it plays to your strengths, Phil, because you're so good with NPCs that being in a heavily
Stop.
populated area is great because we get to see all
Oh,
these
yeah.
different colorful.
I just want to talk about
NPCs.
this real quick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I think he's talking about Robert.
Robert.
Like,
Yeah.
I really crushed the Robert voice at the start, and then I lost
Yeah,
it
it's great.
immediately.
But like you're so good at that. I think an urban campaigns plays to those strengths, which is great. I
Oh,
love the
the-
markets, the busy thoroughfares, the guards.
The woman like selling the cloth, that was so good. Like just
That was
still detail, like,
great.
oh, I know what Kato is, but I have better clothes.
I got better clothes over here, and she sucks me
You
in.
never
the-
have the greeting.
And I get sold a purse, and I'm like, okay, but
I like that. I like that Crispy rolled and said I overpaid for it. I was like, oh, that's cool. He rolled a 4, but it's cool that he's like, fuck it, I overpaid.
yeah, that's exactly
You
right.
needed,
Eli. I
you
was
needed
like,
a 5.
no, it'd be funnier if I overpaid.
Yeah,
Yes,
she's
it
probably quite
was.
good at the. She's probably very hard to bargain with.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She's she's outclassed me for sure. Like unless I rolled a 6, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna absolutely
You fail.
tank this. But
Well, I
yeah,
wanna
it was
end
a good
it.
session. I liked
That's
it.
y'all
Let's
good
end
with
it.
y'all.
Yeah, let's
All
end
right.
it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Thanks for watching, everybody.
y'all watching while you
Mhm.
did. I hope you liked it. It was just kind of, I didn't really prep a whole bunch. Let's talk about what I prepped real quick. I had
Yeah.
the name of the cousin I actually had set as Jonah.
I saw
So,
you
Thierry.
shake your head when I said
What?
Thierry.
Oh,
So
you
you
said
named it.
Thierry Bertram? Okay, okay.
I should have put that in the letter, probably.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know if you actually gave him a letter. I wasn't sure, like if maybe you sent it to him
No.
beforehand, or if you were just
No,
making
I
that
was
up.
the
So-
first, the
spawned
first I
it.
heard from the
So,
letter
so you're
was-
like, what does the letter say to me? And I was like, I don't know. They just told me to come get you. You know, it's above my
That's
pay
true.
grade
You
'cause-
spawned the letter, so it'd be hard for me to put stuff in the letter.
I didn't spawn the letter. You told me like I had a letter.
Oh yeah,
no?
you had a letter. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you told me you're reading a
buy
message
it.
that you got from, and I say, all right, you didn't tell me for Moo, so I just say, okay, wait.
hmm
What?
I said you guys were wanted by the city guards. That happened. And something I was gonna do, but we didn't have time, was that there's. I'm just gonna tell you guys because I don't think we're going back to this game. There's I was gonna have him like have some kind of magical fart that kind of shows that he can't control his abilities.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
And also, I was gonna have a wizard like hunting you, but
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wasn't sure if
Yeah.
at the end if Thierry was going, you were gonna row and it was gonna go bad, or if it was actually gonna work as intended.
I
Still
thought for
learning.
sure when the love interest wasn't there, that she was selling him down the river to the mages for the money.
no, that was true love.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't believe that.
But my guy,
How
what
dare
did he
you.
say? He distrustful. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And I'm optimistic, and so we're like a total
You're a good
opposite.
combination. Yeah,
I'm not really super optimistic like that, so I was trying to play something that I usually don't.
good for you. Good for you.
And I just had a list of names.
Nice.
That's pretty much all I had prepped, and
Oh, what else do you need? Really?
I didn't do half of it. So
So now, we know if there's if we
Is
go
that
back
good?
to the,
was it good enough? I don't know if it was good enough.
I thought it was great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was fun. It was fun.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, I had a great time.
I'll have to watch it, obviously.
No,
All right, y'all.
I thought we were going. I think like
We're gonna
I-
end the stream.
Okay.
Did you want to say something real quick? Thanks.
No, I was just saying like if we go back to this world again, now there's like a free city in the
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
It's called
Yeah, it's
Venturi.
growing.
It's
We
growing.
fluffed it out a little bit. Also,
Yeah.
demons exist.
And
And
demons
demons
exist,
exist.
which is
Yeah.
cool. That was cool.
All right, y'all. Have a great evening.
All right. Have a good night.